Uh-oh, my camera isn't working for this
Uh-oh.
this portion. Hang on, we can fix that. We'll fix that right quick. Video capture. There we go. Good enough. Hello, everybody. Those of you who are joining us or will be joining us, welcome to our wacky D&D 5e homebrew Wyrd and Wyld. This is session 56, I believe, which is entitled some title that I don't remember. Haywire Hex, that's right. I'm Jaso the DM. Who else is joining me on this beautiful Friday evening?
Hey guys, I'm Bailey. I play Glosse Allure, the androgynous Eidolon College of Glamour Bard.
Hey everybody, I'm Luke, and I'm playing Aesop, Kinku Alchemist, Order of the Lycan, and his alter ego, Subject 22.
What's up, guys? My name is Kevin. I play Sun Kong, your apeling bionoid monk, following the way of the abundant spirit.
Hi, my name's Slim.
Why?
I play Runecat, a lizard folk fighter, martial archetype of the gunslinger, and I drink horse cola.
Hey, I'm Kyle. I'm playing Fare Loredo, Arcanist Trickster, Devil from Paradise.
Hi everybody, I'm Nick. I play MVD, Half-Elf Celestial Warlock, Pact of the Tome, and I have the greatest familiar of all time, a pseudo-dragon named Jira.
Thank you, everybody who's decided to join our stream. I don't know why, but you're here. Thank you. It's very nice of you. I want to thank Queen Gorebeard, our previous player who is spending some time off and may join us at some point in the future for the sub.
Ooh.
Also, thanks the arms dealer for the sub. Whoever that is, very nice of you.
Bailey, that's you!
That's me, guys! Get
Hey.
it? The arms dealer, my last name?
For any of you guys who are watching or decide to follow, you build up loyalty points, which you guys can use for cool things like buying inspiration for the characters or me, or buying cool little characters at the bottom for our stream avatar stuff. And there's a whole bunch of interactive stuff that you can see on there. All of those details you will find below on our Twitch page. And I'll push out the extension if you guys want to pop that open in your phones for the Godly Tavern stuff. In the meantime, I wanted to mention that there is no new poll for a stream avatar this week. We'll probably have a poll starting next week, which will be revisiting a previous poll that we had. So those of you who voted in one of the previous polls for a character or avatar that didn't make it may have the chance to actually pick them and have them win this time. We have upcoming giveaways that are going to be digital gift cards that'll be happening at the end of August, and those will be for people who are watching our stream. And there will be a pretty simple question involving a little bit of the lore of what's happening in our Wyrd and Wyld game, but nothing too crazy. So those of you who've been watching for the past session or two, just kind of, as long as you're listening and having fun, it'll be a pretty easy question. And if you answer, you'll be thrown in to win one of those gift cards. But that'll be happening in like 2 weeks or so. That should be like the 30th of this month. So with all of that house stuff set out of the way, let me hand out some inspiration for you guys.
Gimme!
It looked
Jason,
a
give me a
desperate
good
week
boy
last
card.
week.
Why do you get a good boy card?
Because I'm going to
Sorry,
roll
card
20 this session.
Well,
Okay.
Good luck.
because you're
Mine
taking
is
2.
perfection.
Nah,
My bad, sorry.
You just decided to take 2
you go.
inspiration.
You can take that one back, sorry.
Alright.
Sabotage.
Alright. Boss, do you have spell slots?
Yes.
You have level 1 spell slots?
Yes.
Yes.
Those
Do
sound
you
like-
want that?
Sorry, I'm reading and I can only do one thing at a time. Let me read this. What does it say? Oh god.
Click on it, press Z.
No. Gain a +5 recover a spell slot.
Oh yeah, I guess that's not very good for warlocks, huh?
Give me this. I'll take this, Nick. Here, you can have mine. I don't know what it is. I was reading myself.
Melee reach, great for Nick.
I'll take.
Here, Nick. Nick, give me that one. You can have mine.
Shuffle.
When you need to give somebody disadvantage, you can.
That's
When you need to give subject 22 disadvantage on killing
bloodlust
us.
checks.
I'm hitting me.
yeah.
No, that's a trope. He's got a.
I absolutely would give him disadvantage on a bloodlust check so I could punch Invidia in the face.
I have to take bird claws across the chest every time.
I mean,
It's required.
I'm not gonna
No.
lie. If our plan didn't work out, I thought maybe we could just bring the navigator down here and like pump him full of keg, just like straight down, and then just shove him in the room and lock the door and see what happens.
Yeah, but if he dies, we don't have anybody to drive our ship. I mean, we do, but not like him.
But
Trey will
mean,
drive the ship.
be awesome.
Like Otto.
Well,
Let's
those are
get
some
wild die.
interesting theories. Why don't we roll some die to see who wants to give the recap from last week?
I'm immune.
Luke.
You should roll anyway, Luke.
Luke
I'm
leads
black
them
on
on.
the edge.
Thank you, Kyle.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, Indeedy.
Oh, look, I win.
Wow.
Do I get an extra good boy card because I didn't have to roll and I rolled anyway?
No.
Wow, our roll sucked.
This is
Get him
gonna
out of the way now.
be terrible.
Yeah, we're getting the bad ones out of the way. Only good rolls.
Sure.
Sure.
So, who wants to give the recap? Or has to?
Nick?
I have to with a
Kyle.
1.
Oh yeah.
So, NVD/Nick, what happened last time on Weird and Wild?
So, what happened last time was we were able to get in touch with our arcane technician who was able to diagnose Kui, and it's really not good. She's corrupting, and it's beyond their reach to be able to fix it. She's only got about like 3 weeks or a month to be able to work until she's completely corrupted and I guess turned into an arcane paperweight, which isn't good for us as a ship. But we can maybe go to other people and figure out what to do on Halcyon to fix it, because sometimes they have access to better technology. We then took the brain in the jar, the intellect devour, and we took our friend X-22 into an alley, and we duped him into getting his brain eaten.
Friend is a
And-
stretch, I think.
Well, he didn't do anything bad to me, so he was my friend.
Fair
He
enough.
seems smart. And then after we had his brain eaten, we brought him back to Frax. He's a cool guy in a suit. Might have been a robot, not sure. And then he led us downstairs where we think we found Kemo's brain on a control panel, but not entirely sure because the text was moving so fast. And then when we got downstairs, there's this big tentacle thing. It was really, really scary, and I didn't like it. And it turned into this smaller thing, which I really don't like. And it tried to go back on its deal with us and eat X-22 ahead of time without giving us Kemo's brain back. And that's bad because X-22 has a bomb inside of him, so if he gets eaten, we might all die.
Oh my
So-
god.
Now we're here fighting, and Sun Kong is trying to keep X-22's body away from this guy.
Very good, NVD. You, at least for the time being, as long as this nuke doesn't explode, find a weird bit in your pockets.
Ugh, 68.
Aw,
Yeah, close.
Something in my pocket.
I wanted it.
So, yes, you guys wanting to do what you can to ensure that you get the brains of both your previous teammate Kemo, who lost his body due to the intellect devours, as well as the brain for your Mastermind representative, which is one of the consortium factions, X-22, since you chose to use the basically nuke that is grafted within him as a ploy to have this Andaloid infected modron assimilate him and hopefully not only have him get thrown off by the silver blood that you guys helped Frax inject into him, but also if he fully assimilates him, or if somehow the body of X-22 dies, the nuke will go off, which in the vicinity of everyone right now would be very bad, but especially for Hex, should that happen. As you guys were watching, though, Hex, seemingly not listening to any of you, immediately threw one of his long, pale, gross, fleshy, tentacled arms around X-22's body and pulled it close to begin assimilation, which triggered you guys to move quickly, seeing as you wanted to ensure that you got your end of the bargain, the brain. So as Fa ran forward, she was unfortunately tackled to the ground by one of these other construct-looking creatures who, interestingly enough, have these various appendages with faces on them that slightly remind you of a modron in some way, although you're not exactly sure the exact version that these may be. Knowledge checks are free. Sun Kong, however, was able to knock him away from Hex. However, in doing so, Hex, having completed this newly formed body, decided that he was going to change plans despite your guys' wishes and wanted to consume both X-22 and Sun Kong, who was able to sort of jump and flip in the air and dodge one of its tentacle strikes that was trying to grab around him. As that finished happening, I had everybody roll initiative. As you all stand watching Hex just land this tentacle strike across the surface of the steel ground here where you guys are at, which is this large open underground area that could probably serve as some type of laboratory, although it is largely devoid of any type of particularly interesting items or stuff. You guys assume from seeing the previous form of Hex that this was just sort of like an area for him to hibernate during his chimerical assimilation with the andaloids, with the andaloid properties of consuming others. You noticed that there were 3 of these other modron-looking creatures around, one of them being next to Fa after having tackled her. And of course, Hex himself, who stands about 15 or so feet away. Sun Kong, you're pretty close by. Maybe 5 or so feet out from him. Everyone got ready for combat, and as this happens, you all hear Frax from behind you, Aesop and Vidi, just hold up a clawed, steel-gloved hand, a construct hand, and calls out to Hex. He says, "Hex, you've been giving everything you need. All of the quantities that you asked for have been delivered by this team. They simply ask that you be allowed for them to travel back up to the surface to retrieve the brains while you begin the assimilation of the Mastermind's body," he says, extending a claw out to X-22's form. Hex looks over at X-22, who is sort of brushing themselves off, having been controlled by the intellect devourer from Sun Kong's tackle, and looks over at you, Sun Kong, and then back at the rest, and says, "You don't understand. You would be much better served joining me. You won't lose yourselves. You'll instead be joined with all the other voices in my mind. I'm the supreme, optimal being, once called Hex, but now choosing Heximal.
Perhaps someday, but not today. We still have a lot of things to do on our own. Divide and conquer and all that.
Kinku, escape is futile. I will call everyone under my will to ensure you are not allowed to escape here.
Well, wouldn't you want to devour us when we're more powerful and knowledgeable? Wouldn't that be more tasty?
I'd like to aid her in that. I was thinking the same thing.
You want to eat us when we're nice and tasty and smart and strong, right?
If
Are
there's so much more...
Are you trained in persuasion?
Yes.
Then, Glosse, you may roll a persuasion check at advantage. As this happens, Aesop, from behind a tapping on your shoulder, you see Frax touching a steel-tipped finger to the side of his sort of metal encasing that covers his face, or a large portion of his face and head, and draws out a long-looking memory strand. This one longer than the one you saw before.
Oh,
And
shit.
begins to hand it your way, a little subtly.
Oh yeah, I'll try to take it from him on the DL.
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check. And what was the total from your persuasion, Glosse?
I rolled the same number twice, and it was a total of 23.
23 on sleight of hand.
Yeah, 23, lucky number, woo woo woo.
Aesop, you're able to pretty stealthily just grab it, almost from behind, not even necessarily having to look fully back. Able to spot the strand out of the corner of your eyes and kind of grasp it and slip it into your cloak. Klaus, as you say this, Hex or Heximal turns towards you and says, "That may be true, but I wouldn't chance you getting off of Neogokyo. Knowing this information now, you never return."
That wasn't part of the deal, though. The part of the deal was we got the brains and returned them to where they need to go. We have our friend's brain we need to take back to our ship.
We brought you this body. You give us the brains. That's how this works.
As you say that, Heximal turns to study you, Sun Kong, and leaning down a bit behind you, Aesop, you hear Frax say, "Take the strand. All of you leave as soon as possible. I'll distract Heximal long enough for the Silverblood to distract him and escape myself. Take the lift back to the first floor. The two rounded steel terminals, one that you saw me using. There's another one south in the storage bay, next door. You can use that to call the brains of Kemo and the other mastermind. Use the brain pattern functions on the device, and it may help you in determining who's who," he says. He begins to walk forward. "Heximal, as you now call yourself, I believe it is time that you instead forget about these folks. Or, for the time being, decide to merge with myself, as well as Subject 22.
I am moving backwards towards the lift, like trying to use larger party members as cover. I'm just trying to get toward as quickly as I can towards the lift.
As you all see Frax stepping forward towards Heximal, you see a wry grin form on Heximal's mouth. And we will go in turn order. Aesop, you stepped off the lift and walked into this large area. It's about 20 feet to reach back to the lift itself.
Oh, no problem.
You all see Aesop just begin to haul ass back towards the lift.
I actually, if it's only 20 feet back from me, I can move stealthily to it and hold an action
Nice.
to hit the button to
Okay.
get us out of
Yeah,
there.
yeah, we'll say that you kind of shift back there with the distraction of Frax and hold an action to, as soon as everyone seems to be on board, and just hit the button.
I am viciously clutching this like mind strand, this memory strand that Frax gave me, and I'm trying to like get everyone's attention, except for obviously Hex.
You see Hexamel turn to you all and say, "I'll take you, Frax, and the body of this mastermind, and the rest of them too."
Oh, well, hold on. Some of us are currently a little glitched right now, and you don't want some nasties. You don't want to eat any nasties right now. We like I said, we need to get stronger because we are actually quite glitched, weak.
The modrons begin moving despite your warnings, Glace. The one next to you, Fa, as you were sort of tackled, you're currently prone, and it sort of stands not a little over you, but not like bearing over, but it kind of shouldered you down to the ground and to just get you off of being able to tackle X-22. But now it turns towards you, and you watch as its various appendages writhe up and down, and the various faces that are on each of these appendages opens their metallic mouths and begins to exhale what looks like a gas of some sort that begins to fill the area. It begins to pass over, and you go to throw a hand up to your mouth, but it still seems to seep through your nostrils. Please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Advantage! Use advantage, Kyle, please.
What? That's such a good card. I hate to use it for that.
It's up to you.
Can I give him mine?
I mean, I'll allow
I
it,
won't accept it.
and he won't accept it.
Fuck yeah, okay, I'll use mine. Big advantage 13. Let's just saved it.
You feel a slight sensation of your limbs beginning to tense up, but you quickly pull the rest of the cloth of the elbow area of your garments up to your nose and are able to cover it from having full effect on you. There is one next to you, Rinkaz, that is a few feet out, but it begins to run over, and it similarly begins to open the various mouths on its sort of writhing appendages that make up the heads of this perhaps modron creature, and exhale some type of gas that comes out. I need both you and Glace to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, Constitution saving throw.
That's your strong suit, right?
No. I want to use my inspiration.
Oh man, I love all this inspiration usage.
Start.
Oh, the first one was a natural 20, so, well.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
It's two of them in a
But I
row.
have Indomitable, so if I fail, I can roll it.
Well, that
Okay.
one was
You should
crit fail.
use it.
What's your total, Rinkaz?
A 12.
Give me a good boy card.
You did roll a natty 20, you're right.
Damn, I wish that T would have told me this was gonna happen.
Oh, that was my first roll, and I called it at the beginning of the session. I'm like, give me a good boy card now, because I'm gonna roll 20. See?
Indomitable has not saved me once yet.
Hey, welcome to the Indomitable Club.
I was gonna say it never saves anyone ever.
Comprised of every fighter that's ever played 5th edition.
And tried to use Indomitable.
It's the Indomitable Club.
You both similarly go to kind of run a hand up to your faces to cover from whatever this gas is and are able to stave off the effects. The final modron looking like creature runs out of the corner of your eye closer to you, Nvidi, and begins expelling this noxious fumes from the various mouths of its body. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Interesting. Yeah,
On him.
I'll follow suit and use my inspiration here.
Don't laugh like that.
It's okay,
Fine.
guys. I have my inspiration.
Me too.
Oh, rip in peace and
Awesome.
beauty.
Oh.
7.
Guys, do
2
you
ones
remember-
tonight.
Do you remember when Emini was alive?
I remember.
Nvidi, you do your best to cover your mouth from these fumes that are pouring from its various, what you assume mouths that are underneath these bulging singular eyes on each of the appendages. However, it begins to work its way into your body, and you feel your joints and limbs begin to seize up and find yourself paralyzed.
Oh dear.
Is Sun Kong the only one who is paralyzed?
I'm not paralyzed.
Nvidia is.
Oh, and Vidi. I don't know why I said Sun Kong. Whatever.
With that, Glossa, you're up.
Does this guy look? Can I do a check of some kind to? I know my polymorph failed on him because of the potion or whatever he drank beforehand.
Right. The stabilizing solution, yeah.
Based on what we know about these brain things and himself, can I do like maybe a nature check to see if he looks like he is something that I can dominate?
Yeah, you can make a nature check and see.
Okay, that's gonna be a whopping 8.
You are unsure.
Well, I was unsure about the last one, rolled well, it didn't work. I'm unsure about this one. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I'm gonna try to dominate him.
Okay. What would that require from him?
So he has to make a saving throw. It is wisdom, it's a DC 17. Ooh,
You-
wait. Do we know if he's a shape change? Wait, I don't think that. No, this is dominate person. Never mind. I'm getting my spells mixed up. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You casting the spell of dominate person through the weave, forming it and extending a hand out his way, he turns to you and says,
Yeah.
and waves around one of his whip-like arms. He seems to be immune to that effect.
I think all of my charming spells are useless, and everything else that I have is probably gonna be useless.
It's time to go.
I told you, I am the optimal form.
Sun Kong's paralyzed.
No.
Vidi.
No,
Indeed,
Nvidi.
paralyzed.
Sorry. Nvidi's paralyzed. Who else is not able to run? Is
Everyone
Fa
else
still being-
seems...
Is Fa still on the floor, right?
Yes, but
I'm lying on the floor. I can't
she's
get
not
up.
held down or anything. Just knocked
Okay.
over.
I
Okay.
can get up though.
Well,
How strong are
I.
you, Fa?
If I had to say out of 10, 8.
Shut up.
Okay. I would like to set myself up for something. How far back is the lift?
About 20 feet. You now look back and see Aesop has already made his way there and is doing a hovered kinku claw over the button that will set it to go up.
He's tapping closed door as soon as
I'm going to use a mantle of inspiration on everyone. 20 feet. I move 20 feet back.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Everybody can move. Who can move?
That's so brilliant.
They get 11 temporary hit points, and they don't occur opportunity attacks, and they take the shortest, safest way to me.
Can they move their... So to paint a little picture here, Sun Kong, you are very close to Heximal. So, not that this matters to you, because fuck, you can move 80 feet per turn, but you're about 35 feet to the lift. Fa, you were headed trying to knock X-22 out of the way, but were tackled by this modron-like creature. So you're about like 25 feet out.
And after they move to me, I want to move the rest of my space towards Nvidi, and that is where I'm going to have to end my turn.
Okay. Glace with a flick of her wrist, everyone feeling a innervation within them, able to move. Who is going to move with her towards the lift?
What's the speed?
Your speed.
My speed. Okay.
Yeah.
So I stand up for 15 and then move 15 towards the door.
I will actually move. Can I use it to move towards Nvidi?
It has to be towards you, right, Glace?
It has to be
It
towards...
does, but as Sun Kong moves past me, I'm going to tell him, I'm going after Nvidi. I can just pop right back over to you guys, hopefully. Wink.
Dubious.
Well, I mean, if I have to go towards Glace, I can't. If she's going to Nvidi, can't I just follow Glace to Nvidi to help?
Oh yeah, you have like a gajillion speed, I forgot.
I'll say yes, yeah. Like Nvidi's, he was kind of like in the clump of the party as you guys got off the lift, so he's not like too far out to where you couldn't get to him, following the general line of Glace.
I mean, I can help move him if you need, but I don't know if you have a easier way to do that. I'm not.
Dimension door, honey.
Okay, so I'll just go towards the lift then.
Also, I have a plan. Please get on the elevator.
You guys do notice that Fa is heading towards you, but had to pick herself up off the ground, so she's still about 10 feet out from the lift.
Go help the young lady.
I got it.
Shot put throw Fa into the elevator.
No.
If I could.
So, Rinkaz, are you heading to the lift? Okay, Rinkaz runs
I
over
am.
Aesop. You see him running over. Glace,
How far can you throw her? Sorry, go ahead.
Glace, you ran over to the lift yourself?
I'm going towards Nvidi.
Okay.
I use the rest of my speed to go towards Nvidi.
Sun Kong, you head over to the lift yourself. Glace, you head kind of locking eyes with Fa, seeing that she's headed towards the lift, and find your way over towards Nvidi with this modron-like creature nearby.
Okay.
What do you do? Anything else?
I cannot, so I end my turn.
Okay, so you're at least there next to him.
Yes.
Okay, good. So then let me just move over there and just make some... So you run over here, close by. Fa is close to the lift, but not fully there. Everyone else was able to make their way onto the lift, including your friend Grizdom. Alright. Rinkaz, you stand on the lift. Is there anything you're doing other than just kind of waiting for the rest of the party to regroup at the lift so you guys can begin heading up to escape this area?
Cover us!
Shoot X-22, kill us all. I don't feel like there's much I really could do. Maybe just take a pot shot or two at one of the modrons or two to kind of back them off, I guess you could say.
When in doubt, shoot it out.
Okay. Fa doesn't seem to be near any of them in particular. However, Glace beginning to look like she's getting ready to try and throw Nvidia over her shoulder in some form, move him over to the lift. There is one next to those two.
Alright, I'll just take 2 shots at it then.
Alright, cool. Fire away.
I'll be using my revolver.
Okay.
First shot. It's a 14 hit.
That hits.
What nasty accuracy.
I'm on fire tonight.
You rolled a 3 and it was still nasty.
9 on the first shot.
A shot rings out, and you guys see Rinkaz holding a pistol in hand, firing off at the one near you, Glace, and Nvidi.
Nice.
It fires into the creature, and one of its face / hand appendages rings out.
Oh, sweet. Alright, I'm gonna shoot it again.
It makes sort of a mix between what sounds like a creature, but also you can kind of hear what sounds like clockwork and gears coming from within Glace.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this thing into a watch.
Totally hits.
13.
You see that within those 2 shots, the creature isn't looking all that great. The second shot blasts through, knocking one of its legs and actually one of its appendages clear off, as you hear a whirring sound as it sort of stutters and tries to stand back up straight.
Every part of me wants to go for the kill, but I'll end my turn there.
Alright.
Backing up on the lift to make sure that there's plenty of room for everyone to run up.
Sure. Nvidi, you find yourself paralyzed by this paralytic gas, so you can't move on your turn. However, you can, as it rolls to the end of your turn, repeat the saving throw. It'll be a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, but no other actions.
Unfortunately not.
Alright then, Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh shit.
Nice.
What a good boy.
What?
Forgot
Oh,
I had
what a
first
good
roll.
boy.
Take your good boy card. As you trying to wrench yourself free from this so that your friends can get out of here, you certainly find yourself pulling free from this paralytic status that was inflicting you.
Jiro
Reminded me
screaming from the aether.
Yeah, that reminded me of college. Gross.
Oh no.
Fucking valid.
Ace
we
of
gotta,
arrows is
we gotta
nice.
go.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go. Yeah, all I get to do is save, right? I have
Yeah,
to
so
do that
you
Yeah.
it's the end of your turn, but you are at least no longer paralyzed. You guys watch as Hexamol throws a tentacled arm to X-22's body and pulls him up against him. A sickening slapping noise happens as his side meets with Hexamol. He also wrenches out the other tentacled arm, and you, Glace, and Fa both watch as it pushes past the two of you, extending out to wrap around Frax and drags him in as well.
Oh no.
Okay, alright, time to go.
Frax is silent as he's pulled up against Hexamol. The two of them pulled close. Sun Kong, you are up.
I will. I guess I can key blast one of them.
It's up to you.
Mm.
What's that? Should I not?
One of these guys?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why not?
You should keep Last X-22's body, I think.
Totally, yeah, that's where I'm aiming. So I will use...
Rinkaz shot this one over here that was next to Glosse and Avidi.
I'll shoot this. How does it look? Does it look kind of like
It looks relatively damaged.
wear? Yeah. Yeah, I'll aim for him.
Alright.
So I will use 3 key points.
Oh my god.
Attack with modifier equal to your wisdom. Range up to 120. Okay. So first. Go away. Sorry. 20 hit?
That hits.
Yes. And sorry, I don't use that often. 1d8 plus your wisdom modifiers.
A blast of key energy, this ray fires out from in between Sun Kong's extended hands, the palms placed together. It shoots in front of you, Glosse and Avidi, towards this modron-like creature next to you that Rinkaz had already put a couple bullets into.
Nice.
13 points of damage.
You watch as the blast engulfs the creature, and you hear the clanking and clattering sound of what sounds like various metal parts as the blast dissipates. Its form collapsed over, pieces of it blown off by the blast from Sun Kong's key wave. It looks like the creature won't be able to swing at you as you escape, Glosse and Avidi. Anything else, Sun Kong?
I don't. No, there's nothing else I can do. That's it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, run, guys.
Fa, your turn.
Shit. Gonna run to. Yeah, I'll run to here and cast dancing lights to give like a little trail behind me for Glosse to follow.
Okay.
Nice.
Motes of very colored energy appear up as like a trail for you to follow as Fa runs over to the rest of the group, getting on board of the lift.
Glosse 15 feet away turns back. I can see you, you know.
For show.
Aesop, hovering your hand over the panel that will take you guys back up. Are you doing anything?
Oh, is it my turn again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Glosse, Clatter, and Nvidia are still out there.
That's right.
Glosse gives you a wink.
I don't think I can do anything. So this guy's kind of close to them, right?
He is about 10 feet out from them.
Okay, is he within 30 feet of me?
It was 20 feet. No, he's about 35 feet out, just at a range.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna move 5 feet out, and I'm gonna use a blood curse on this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Curse of Binding to try to restrain him, so he can't follow my friends.
Sure, good idea.
And it's a DC 16 Strength saving throw, and I'm not going to amplify it. I'm just gonna do it this one turn.
All right, let's see here.
Oh yeah.
Critically fails.
On this turn, he is restrained.
Do you
Yeah,
get a bad boy card?
I don't.
Dude, do I get one, Jason? Do I get a bad boy card?
You watch though as your curse taking effect not only restrains the creature but also sort of pulls it down to the ground prone.
Okay, great.
I think he should get the amplify for free.
Excellent.
Crit failed.
I mean, it won't matter unless something goes terribly wrong. All right, everyone, get in the lift. And I still have an action, so I'll use my reaction to hover my hand over the button again.
Sure. It is the drone's turn. The creatures surrounding Heximal. One of them is dead. The other two, though, this one that you pulled down, Aesop, does it need a roll or anything to break free from this?
Oh, no, it's just restrained this one turn.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, it's so good.
The other one, however, about 15 feet out from you, Glass and Avidi, runs past Heximal, who has Frax and Subject 22 pulled to him, beginning the process of assimilation. Runs over to you and
Oh god.
unable to recharge. Instead, it simply swings one of its appendages your way, Glosse, in an attempt to smash you for a 19.
Where am I at here? Yeah, that's gonna hit.
It catches you in the back as you're trying to get ready to run with Nvidi for 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
How?
It ends its turn adjacent to you and Nvidi, and with that, you are up.
Ugh, looks like our fans are getting a little rabid. I grab Nvidi by the waist, and clatter by the waist, and I would like to dimension door into the lift.
What's it look like as you do?
It looks like I am walking into. There's a magical door that appears, and when it opens, it's like there's rose petals going out and
wow.
little motes of light, and then I walk inside of it with my two boys in my arms, and I appear in the lift.
Everyone sees Glasse join all of you in the lift as the modron-like creature that ran up and kind of smashed up against her with one of its appendages. Now the eyes on each of its limbs are looking around erratically before they notice that you have made your way all the way to the lift through magical means. Aesop, you just instinctively smash the button, and as you do, you hear Heximal just say, "You can't run out. Bring everyone here. I will assimilate everyone."
Assimilate my balls, asshole!
The lift begins to shift, and through the power of lightning magic or electricity begins to shift up and away as Heximal begins his assimilation process.
Oh god, we're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're going to die in a fiery inferno.
Push the button, push the button, push the button, push the button.
It's already pressed. It's already
Press it
pressed.
again.
I press it again.
It
Smash that
is
button!
only 10 or 15 or so seconds shifting through darkness before the lift returns back to the surface area where you initially took it down. I would like everyone to keep in mind their current HP if they don't mind, just because.
My god! Oh my god!
Oh,
Well, just keep in mind your current HP because we're going to shift over to the other map. So that if your HP is different, you can adjust it.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, is everybody
You
good?
can't remember one number for 2 seconds? Jesus.
No, Kyle, I can't.
Wait, let's see. One,
Let me just type it in the chat, okay?
2,
don't judge us, Kyle.
11,
Luke.
50 schmork.
55.
Oh, let's see here. Everybody got their numbers down?
Blaventy.
Yeah.
Blaventy 1.
I'm going to change the maps here.
3.5.
Just making some tiny adjustments. Okay. I'm going to move you guys over. As the lift comes to a stop up above, you take note of the vulture-like sentries that are standing guard, as you saw before, moving through this area, have now turned towards you and have seemingly taken up arms in a position that seems poised to combat you.
Okay. Where did he say the brains were, Jason? Can we surmise it's this door here?
Hang on just a second. Let's see here.
That's what I thought.
He mentioned the small steel rectangular-like devices. He mentioned that there was one that he was initially operating on that was down below you, that you saw when you initially met him, that he ended up showing you guys the brain that was held inside. He also mentioned that down in the storage bay down south, adjacent to this current area that you're in, was another one that you could use to, use this one to call one brain and use the other one to successfully call the other.
Okay.
So we use both. Okay.
I say, all right, everyone, I've got the bag. If worse comes to worse, I'll take every brain I can see. Run interference for me, will you?
On it.
That, we will continue running in initiative. Aesop, you're up.
Oh, we can't. It doesn't really matter, but we can't see the turn order because we swapped maps. So it's just.
Oh, fuck.
It's fine. It's fine. As long as you can see it, I guess it's fine.
Well,
all right. So I look at this guy, I look at this thing, and I run 5, 10, 15 to this thing, and I see if I can just grab the brain, and put it in the bag.
There is no brain apparent. It's this rectangular tube that is covered in steel. You don't see any glass display like you saw before, but you remember that there was this arcane pad on the front that had various common glowing glyphs on it that you will need to make an investigation check in order to operate.
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna try to operate it. And I'm going to use my inspiration on it.
Alright.
Yeah.
This will take your action, but you can do so at advantage as you use a Kinku Claw to begin tapping, understanding how to pull a brain up out of what looks to be some type of storage bay from underneath.
Oh, shit. Okay! Oh, Jason, buddy, pal. What's an 8 get me?
You begin typing on the panel. It displays a list of what looks to be 6 different brains. However, you are unsure where to go next with that check.
Fuck! Okay. So I don't think we have 6 turns. So does anyone know how to work this?
Oh.
Could anyone help me investigate this, please?
Yeah. I'll give it a look.
All right, please do. I'm gonna hold over here, I guess. Actually, I'm gonna stand here and let whoever comes over get some room.
Sure.
That's it.
Rinkaz, you're up next.
I'd like to take a insight check on this. I just want to see if it seems hostile, like it's gonna start attacking.
It totally looks hostile. It has a spear-like weapon ready. However, you do not see a glass jar with one of those creatures inside that the others seem to sport. You also know, I'm assuming Aesop, you told everyone that there's one area here and then one in the next room down south.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to run up to this location right here. I still have my revolver out. I'm going to point it at him and take 2 shots.
Okay.
First shot.
Oh.
See, I told you. China got all my information. Thanks, Roll20.
Oh no.
No, it's because Roll20 got fucking hacked. Did you all get that
That's
email
it.
too?
That's it.
Yeah.
Bad.
Actually, don't know if I did.
They took fucking Slim's credit card information.
That's why he's not getting 20s anymore.
That's why he's not getting 20s anymore.
All the
Shit.
bitcoins and whatever mythical currency is out there.
The first shot unfortunately goes wide.
Cool, so my gun is jammed because that's a.
Ooh.
I mean, every gun has a misfire, so that's a misfire for it. So it's jammed. I'm just gonna quick stone go and switch to. We'll go with my energy pistol because it is magical, and I don't trust these things.
Okay.
Hmm.
19.
You go to fire and make another shot. And I'm going to play your bad boy card and
Oh,
give you
no.
disadvantage on the attack roll.
So you got the Slim. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
hell
shit.
Yeah.
Yes. With a 19 that hits. Even with the
Hell yeah.
disadvantage I tried to impose.
He made us stronger.
$11.
When Kaz has
Magical.
high ground.
A shot rings out, smashing into the red vulture construct that's over here, I'm guessing? The one on the right?
Yes.
Okay. And it kind of is thrown back just a bit from your shot. What else you got?
I don't really want to, but I think it's going to impose a problem for everyone back there. So I'm going to take an action surge and take 2 more shots.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Now
Fucking
Russia, on the other hand, had my back.
yes, we like his credit card. It's very good.
Take your good boy card, and that totally hits as a crit.
His good credit card. We buy Gucci purse. Ferrari has high credit limit. It's good.
That's a. Let's see, D10. 12. 12 damage on that attack.
Okay. Another shot rings out and pierces the construct's form, dealing damage.
And the last part of my action surge.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Totally hits.
For 7 more.
All right. Third shot rings out, and you guys watch as the construct that is ahead of Rinkaz is just riddled with fire from his weapons. Pieces of metal and shrapnel fly off of it. Anything else, Rinkaz?
That's it.
Glace.
Bravo, Rinkaz, bravo. Okay, I'm gonna do one of these. Wait, I need to, I was not counting 5, 10. Okay, yeah, we're good. I want to... These guys also cannot be charmed or anything, right? We already did checks on them before. These guys were the same type. That was the same type of robots that were on the ships.
That's it. Yes.
Let me heat metal on that bad boy.
Hell yeah, that's a good one.
It does look like it's composed of 98% metal.
Great.
Actually, it's Neo Gokyo plastic. Sorry, Glace, your spell failed.
It's a specific alloy.
Space age polymer that
Heat dispersion.
So any creature in physical contact with the object, which is
It
wearing
is.
it,
It's wearing it. It's its body.
it's gonna take 2d8 fire damage when I cast a spell. Until it ends, I can use a bonus action each of my turns to cause damage again. If the creature is wearing it.
Roll that damage.
Let's
That
see.
spell is seriously one of the best ones in 5th edition, for sure.
2d8 fire. Sorry, guys.
Je suis meta.
Watashi wa metal.
Ugh. Okay, so 4 fire damage.
Rink, as you watch as Glosse steps behind you, extending a hand as the red of the metal almost begins to turn a brighter shade, and you can see a bit of smoke beginning to build up from the chest plate of the creature or construct.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use another Mantle of Inspiration, so people can get closer now. Well, I don't know if I need that yet.
Yeah, hold off on it.
Yeah. I instead will use my bonus action to... Is anyone hurt? Did anyone get hit by anything?
Not yet.
Not it.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay, and Vidi. Aesop ran over to this first brain bank, but was seemingly unable to call one of the brains up just yet,
I
unfortunately.
don't know what to do.
Okay. This one closest to us is the one that Rink has shot at?
And no, the one further down the hall.
Further down the hall. Nobody's dealt with the one close to us yet?
nope.
Not yet.
Alright. It definitely needs a couple of repulsor blasts back. 2 Eldritch Blasts, please, right at that one.
Hell yeah.
Alright. You extend 2 palms up. They begin to emit a bright glow, and you fire out a blast of Eldritch Blasts from each of them. Go ahead and roll to see if they hit.
18 versus AC.
18 versus AC will hit.
Boy,
For 10 force. Push back 10, please.
A blast smashes into it as it is thrown back. The chairs nearby, the metal chairs, pushed out of the way, sprawled out. One of them tips over.
And then second one, I'm going to attempt to pin it to the wall
Okay.
for flavor.
Jesus.
25 versus AC.
Oh, yeah, totally hits.
For 15 force damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good.
You see it thrown up against a glass panel that has various glowing common words displaying out on it, moving quickly as mentioned before. The screen almost shifts and disappears for a moment before shifting back as the construct smashes into it. That was very good. You kind of throw it up against the wall, 2 of those blasts, and you still have your movement.
$30 right there, and I want to tell Lizzie, try to stay away from these. They're bad news.
Are these brains? Lizzie says, pointing at the panel that displays the 6 different icons, silhouettes that look like minds.
Oh no.
I think so.
No, it's rare space cauliflower.
That's all for me.
No, these are brains, Lizzie says.
Excellent work. Insane deductive reasoning.
She points Aesop at one at the top left corner and says, "This one, it's freaking out a little bit." And then she points down towards the center and says, "But that one's not freaking out at all."
What?
Oh, one of them must be
okay.
X-22 then, if he's all calm and collected, and the other one that's freaking out must be Kemo. Or,
No,
I don't know, there's
Does
6 of
Kemo
them there.
really freak out?
We've never seen him freak out, actually.
Whatever, fall! Get these!
Anything else, MVD?
No, that's it for me. Thank you.
All right. The construct that you threw against the glass panel pulls itself from it and begins to step over towards you. It attempts to strike you with its spear.
With a disadvantage, because it's on fire. Or its metal is very hot.
Not the one that's next to him.
Oh.
You did it to the one that was down the way that Rinkat shot, right?
Oh, I guess so.
Well, we can change it if you want. Just let me know.
It's fine. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Jason, put an icon on the one that's on fire.
Good idea. Good idea.
Did I get a good boy card? Because I had a good idea.
No. This one next to you, MVD, attempts to punch.
Wow.
And completely misses as you shift out of the way and it falls prone.
I still think
Oh.
we should get a bad boy card to use on Jason.
That's bullshit.
I use the bad boy cards on Daddy all the time.
Oh no.
Oh
God.
It is the other one's turn that's down the hall. You see the chest plate of it as you guys kind of begin entering this sort of bottlenecked area that is superheated from Glacé's spell. It begins shifting, walking towards you, Rinkaz. It steps up and attempts to try and similarly strike you with a spear. This one, Glacé, having disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be a miss with 11 versus AC. Its spear shifts wildly. It unable to stabilize itself with the heated chest plate that Glacé has cast on it. Rinkaz that you see before you. Sun Kong, you're up.
Alright.
If you need to move in any of these companion spaces, you guys can. Just to be aware. They'll move out of the way for you.
I will step in between the thing and the robot. I mean, the robot and Aesop, so he can do whatever he needs to do.
Okay.
I will attack.
Aesop, you see Sun Kong run over and get it into a defensive stance.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Better than me, or Far can help. Somebody, just not me.
Are you holding an action or anything?
No, I'll attack this
Okay, sure.
pretty baby with my. Do I have staff?
No advantage on attack rolls.
Oh, do I?
It's prone. You're melee, right? Within
Yeah.
5?
That's pro.
Yep.
Attack roll against creatures have advantage against attacker
Yep.
within 5 feet of the creature.
Sweet.
Yep.
Oh well. Still, 18 to hit.
That is going to hit. Also, by the way, your arbitrator, the Bouge weapon, just for your clarification, I put it in the notes too. It is a martial melee weapon with which you have proficiency in. And anyone else that
I
has
do.
proficiency with martial melee weapons.
Sweet.
Just something to keep in mind. 18 total hits.
I have so many weapons. Okay, so first, I want to activate, use a key point to activate Stunning Fist.
Okay.
See
you
if I can stun
step
it.
over to this one that has sort of like fallen over to the ground and is trying to pick itself back up.
So, creature and my con save. I think it's a. Hold on. 15, I think. Yeah, 15.
Alright, it's gonna attempt to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's your wisdom, Sunko?
What's that?
What's your wisdom?
It is a 16.
I'm assuming it fails with an 11.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's 15. So if it can be, it will be stunned until the end of my next turn.
Sun Kong brings down a enchanted fist at a exposed area of wiring and clockwork in between the chest plate and torso metal of the creature. The smash reverberates through it, and you see it almost shift around, a locking noise happening in various places as Sun Kong has struck it in an area that has rendered it unable to move.
Excellent. I will attack it then. I'm not going to use Flurry of Blows this time. That's fine. So I get another hit. So I'll roll that first.
Oh my god, I felt that in my soul before you rolled it, son.
It's like you punched me in my balls in real life.
Take your good boy card.
Look at all those good boy cards.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I want a good boy card.
I failed with inspiration.
What do you want to do for your good boy card?
So my first hit is gonna be 13 damage,
Okay.
and so my second hit is it's max damage. No, I roll twice and take the modifier once, right?
Roll the d8 again.
That's it. Yeah, you roll whatever the dice is twice, and then just add them all
Okay.
after that.
So the 13 was my first attack. My second attack, which is critical, will be 8 plus
He's got to get
14.
his monk calculator out.
14.
So 14 for those first two hits.
All right.
And now my second attack action,
You're just using your fists.
quarterstaff.
You see Sun Kong just deliver a series of blows to this.
Beating it like a
I still have advantage, right?
It is prone.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He's playing the mallet game at the carnival, smashing it with overhand.
So my first attack hits a 26, and then my second attack also hits with a 28.
Ugh.
So
Brutal.
So I did 13 damage, 13 damage, 13 damage, and 14 damage.
Whoa.
Can you
So
give
what is
me a
that, 10?
total of that?
10, 20, 30, 40, 6, 9, 69,
53.
70, 71, 72, 73, I believe.
What does it look like when you overkill?
He's just smashing it. Like, the brains have scattered out, and it's just like... every time.
Smashing it.
Yeah, the glass underneath the cloth-like material that covers its
Oh my
face,
God.
as it were. You see liquid pouring out, and a spray of spark and wires as Sun Kong just demolishes this thing in front of you, Aesop, and the rest of you. Anything else, Sun Kong?
I got you, Aesop. Keep you safe.
Alright. Fa, you're up next.
I'm done. Yeah.
Gonna run and check the computer.
Alright, you run
Do
over
something.
to this round circular object that sort of ends in sort of a beveled top made of pure steel. There is a glass panel on the front that Aesop was accessing. There is a series now of what look like to be silhouettes of these glyph-like brains that are displayed, and you are able to tell from where Lizzie pointed out that one of them seems to be having an increased amount of emotional activity while the other one is severely not. Make an investigation check if you'd like to try and draw forth one of the brains. Similar to how Frax did before, where the metal casing descended a bit, allowing you to view the brain within the glass and pull the arcane jar that it's held in out.
Hey, +7. Oh,
Oh my god.
10.
Fa, you tap with a finger one of the brains, and there is a flash of it looks like it's in common, but it's going by so quickly that it makes you unsure of what to do next, and you falter a bit, and that unfortunately uses your action, but you still have your movement and any bonus actions or anything.
Yeah, I guess nothing really. I guess I'll have to go back and count my move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what am I doing?
What are you? What are you?
I'm done. That's it. Playing a different character. That's what I was doing. Damn it! Where is it? Where's Kemo's brain? That's
Calm
the
down. We'll find it. We'll find it.
We have to.
This is the scene from Zoolander where Zoolander and his friend are just beating on the computer.
It's inside the computer.
Aesop, you're up.
Okay, let me give that another shot. Oh fuck! I don't know. What is this thing?
Whoa!
This
That chair just. Sorry.
I don't know what the Mastermind's tech is.
This literally is that scene now.
I grabbed Fa and I was like,
I worked here for years, but I never had to use the computers.
Yeah, Aesop, the text, you've seen it before during your work and you hated it. It just goes way too fast for your Kinku brain to process.
Fuck.
You were an intern too?
Fa, you're going to the other place?
Sure.
Okay, I'll keep hammering away at this one or something. Shit.
I'm done.
All right. And he disappears. Where did
He went
Aesop?
under her.
Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Oh my god. Rinkaz, you're up.
Point blank, take 2 shots at this guy.
Alright, you can hear the singe of metal in front of you as the chest plate burns.
I laugh and say, "You couldn't hit me, and here I thought you had the hot hand."
Is that a joke? I don't understand.
27.
Oh, that hits.
9.
9.
You fire into a point blank.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 unfortunately does not hit. It catches the shoulder piece, but unfortunately doesn't pierce its form.
I was hoping this thing was gonna be dead so I could clear out the way for everybody. Sorry, guys.
It's alright, this happens. Anything else?
Can I take a perception check or an investigation check up there to see if there's anything? Any brains in any of those containers? Do I notice anything?
The only thing that you see nearby are a series of metallic crates. But they don't look as though they may be connected to anything else. There may be supplies or something inside. You're unsure. You'd have to go over and open them.
I will end my turn then.
All right, Glacé.
Ugh. Let me look at it. I looked at the screen before I came in. I got a word. So let me see. Let me use my eyes.
Do it.
I want to investigate this thing.
All right.
Press Control Alt Delete first.
Ooh. What is this? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. You freaking out is freaking me out. No, I can't read it.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Everybody calm down!
As a bonus action,
What was your total?
a 3. I rolled a 2.
Whoa. Okay.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna heat this metal for 9.
9! You hear the sound of sizzling metal in front of you, Rinkaz.
And I will end my turn.
Guys, imagine if we died from a nuclear explosion because we couldn't figure out a computer.
You guys, all three of you standing in front of this, you, with your passive perceptions, are able to gather at this point, interacting with this Magiant's panel, that you could now make either an investigation or an arcana check.
Ooh.
So just keep that in mind. And Vita, you're up.
Interesting. I can make a... Okay. Make an
Kill this
investigation or...
fucking guy.
Okay.
You'd have to at least get over to the space next to Fa to be close enough to see the panel.
Right. Yeah, we need to clear this guy out first. I'm gonna launch 2 more Eldritch Blasts
Sure.
at it.
You guys watching Viti just throw his palms up and fire 2 blasts
Can you yell
consecutively.
Duck and Draconic from my friends up front. 19 versus AC.
Totally hits.
For 9 damage, pushback 10.
Nice.
You watch Rinkaz as a blisteringly hot and bright bolt smashes into the creature and or construct and throws it back. You hear the screeching sound of its construct steel feet being dragged as the blast nearly throws it back off of them.
And second one, 25 versus AC.
Totally hits.
At least somebody's rolling well.
13 force damage, pushback 10.
Alright, that's gonna bring it down to this right here. And it's gonna actually, from that angle, be thrown right here.
Take it.
Alright, what else you got, buddy?
I got nothing.
Okay. It, unfortunately, is the construct's turn. Who's 5, 10, 15, 20. It brings up its spear and attempts to launch it at you, Rinkaz. For 15 versus AC.
Does it have disadvantage still?
It does.
Let me see that 1, boy. Oh.
I'm assuming 15 misses, though?
Misses.
Okay. You're able to quickly parry by throwing up your elbow and knocking it out of the way.
Yeah.
Sun Kong, you're up.
Oh, my turn. Okay.
Again, if you need to move in the space of a companion, you're allowed to.
Yeah. I'm gonna move to where I don't remember this guy's name is, but I want to move there.
Okay, he's gonna shift out of the way for you. Kind of throws his back up against the wall out of the way for you to pop in.
Alright, let's get this guy out of the way. So, huzzah!
Oh!
Oh!
Why?
Well,
you guys are taking all the good rolls.
Can we just say it dies, Jason? We know Kevin has like 1,000 dice for
You
this.
can't have 2 good boy cards at once, Kevin, but you know that does do crit as you seeing the heated metal and actually kind of just using your knowledge of where you struck the weak points of the previous one, just kind of rinse and repeat. You find that open area between the chest and torso where you see the wires and the gizmos, and you just stab your quarterstaff right in.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
Alright, you pass. So you're not stunned.
Well,
I
does
will
12
also
pass?
Oh, disadvantage.
Yes.
Mind. Yes. Fail. You are stunned to the end of my next turn.
You hear a locking noise.
I will use another key point to activate Flurry of Blows. Actually, you know what? I'll probably be fine. Never mind. I'm not going to use Flurry of Blows. So, for my second hit, 11 probably. Oh, it's Do I get advantage now that it's stunned?
Let's take a check real quick.
It's just immobilized.
Let me check. D&D Beyond.
Stunned creatures automatically fail strength and dex saving throws.
Okay.
Attacks against the creature have advantage. Stunned creatures are incapacitated, can't move, can't speak, and only falteringly.
A 21 in that case?
That
Does that
totally
hit?
hits.
Okay, let's do the damage. So my first attack was a critical, so
Holy
6 and 3 plus 9. So 18 for the first attack, 13 for the second.
What's it look like when you kill this thing?
Again, I'm just like bashing it, pieces off of it, one at a time.
It is just blown piece by piece, Rink, as you watch with a thrust of his quarterstaff, one arm, a leg, another arm, and finally a stab right through the glass faceplate into the brain itself. And quickly pulling out the steel quarterstaff, you watch as the construct, or what's left of it from your attacks, just keels over onto the ground. Inoperable. Anything else, Uncon? The way appears clear. It doesn't seem as though there's anything else in this room.
Okay,
Get to the
so
next room.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. So that was 10, 15. I mean, do I have to count movement or?
You just count movement.
Okay, so
Moves.
so 15. Five, 70.
There is a panel, a glass panel nearby the door that looks as though it requires a code, but you know the code, and this is like a pull a switch action. You're able to just quickly type it in, and the door opens. As it does, you see another vulture construct, sort of at the far end.
Alright, well that's all my movement, plus I attacked, so I will just call behind my shoulder, got another one, and take a defensive stance.
Okay. Fa.
Oh, look at it again.
What?
Look at it again.
I'm holding the bag open for the brain.
I think I'm gonna go for the next one instead.
Okay.
5,
It's okay.
2,
We can
3,
do this.
6. Ah! And I use my action to turn me and Sunkong invisible.
Okay.
that
Sunkong,
breaks-
you watch as Fa steps up to you, and with a flick of her wrist, you watch as her form seems to just disappear. And you now look down at your fur-covered palms and see that you too are seemingly just disappearing. You can't see yourself anymore.
As my my form fades, the last thing you see is me leaning over to you and bringing one finger up to my lip. Shh. And that's all I got.
Okay. With that, it is going to be Aesop. Your turn again.
Okay. All right. This is fine. Third time is the charm.
Aesop, just concentrate, Aesop. Don't worry about it. Just pretend you're in a room.
We're going to get this brain.
What are you? Hold on. What check are you making?
To get the brain.
The
Right,
investigation.
15.
With a 15, you still see the text fly by the screen, but you're able to smack a hand at a particular moment when you see what looks to be an area where you should press your Kinku-like palm against the glass. There is a flashing light, and now you see each of the 6 brains begin to sort of just glow as if to have you tap at one of them.
Oh God. I grabbed the one that they're not labeled, right?
None of them are labeled, but you would remember the two that Lizzie would have pointed out.
I grabbed the one that was freaking out.
You tap at the silhouette of the one that Lizzie mentioned was having the highest amount of emotional activity or freaking out, and you see a small bar underneath it, a glowing bar, begin to slowly build up. You feel like it will take about 6 seconds for the reroll of the brain to appear.
Okay, all right. I stand here with like that thing where it's like a baseball player's trying to steal a base, with like my bag open, like just ready to like dunk it over the brain and run for it.
All right.
You're mixing sports metaphors.
What? Baseball, stealing a base. That's
Dunking.
What sport uses dunking?
Oh my!
Seriously?
You're up, Braincast.
I'm gonna move.
Yeah, I know. I was fucking with you.
That was the joke.
Oh,
Doofus.
I didn't know.
Double my movement dash this turn.
All right, you run past the open metal door into the hall with Grizdom, seeing at the far end another vulture construct, spear in two hands, shifting his way towards you. You also see close by, just a few feet down to the south, another set of doors. This one doesn't seem to have any type of panel on it. It seems as though if you were to step up and place a hand on a glass panel nearby, that it would just open without requiring any type of password or anything.
I look to the monster and yell, "Hey, asshole, come get!" And then my turn.
It seems to be making its way towards you to do that. Yes, Glace, you're up.
So that's it? We have to wait that long that the bar says for the brain?
I guess. I don't know how this works.
Can I investigate further? Jason, is that like if it's just one at a time kind of thing?
You could make an investigation check to see.
I'd like to do that.
All right.
Does a 7 get me anything?
Oh God!
You unfortunately are unsure. This type of magiance is something that is difficult to understand, even for magic users. So many numbers and shifting common letters passing by the screen so quickly.
Okay. I'm going to hold. That wasn't an action, right? I can still do something.
And unfortunately, it was an action.
It was an action. Okay. I'm done.
All right.
Get towards the door. Get as far away as you can.
Okay. Then I'll move.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. With that, NVD, you're up.
There's no other terminals to access brains, right? It's the only one.
You see no others in this room. However, Aesop would have communicated that there is one in the room down south of you adjacent to this one where the others seem to be headed.
Oh.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, I'll make my way there because I want to try and operate that one.
Okay.
Aesop, you got that one?
I will try my best.
Okay.
You shift over the just completely half melted, broken apart construct form beneath your feet. Lizzie in tow.
30. I'm not gonna be able to see that guy. I think that's it.
You could double move if you'd like.
Yeah, hey, thank you, base DM. Yeah, double move.
Mm-hmm. You expend your action to take a dash, which means you just move your movement again.
30.
All right. Lizzie runs up with you, joining Fa. Actually, as you head up, you don't see them unless they say something.
Petey, hey, Petey, hey.
Oh,
Hi. It's us.
fascinating.
Just gonna like look around.
The construct heads over to you, Rinkaz, and using its spear attempts to stab you with it for a natty 20.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be a shame if I had a good boy card that's...
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes, Slim.
Oh.
Give it to him.
Yes.
Give it to him.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Vertical into normal.
Excellent.
Very good. You see the spear coming towards a vital organ, and you just quickly throw up your clawed hand to knock it away. And it unfortunately, fortunately for you, it does not connect. Let's see. Rendering it a normal hit, dealing you 13 piercing damage. It kind of catches at your abdomen, but towards the side. It cuts into your body, but not as piercing as it would have been normally. It is done. Sun Kong, you are up.
Alright.
So you're invisible until you take an offensive action, essentially.
Oh!
Get to the other room.
Alright, so, you got this, Rinkaz?
I say to the ghost monkey, yes.
Alright, so, I'll move here 20, what is it the same code?
There
Is
is
there a
no,
code, or-
there's no, there doesn't seem to be a code entry here, just a panel for you to place your hand against to open this door.
Open it?
Alright, you press a hand up against the metal doors, shift out of the way, giving you a little bit of sight into this room.
Fuck!
Ugh.
You see what looks to be another one of those modron-like creatures.
Alright, well, bring it on. Let's see, so this was 25, 30, 35...
As you continue to step in the room, you're able to see more.
Oh, there's a big robot guy over here. So I found a modron and a big robot.
You
Sun
see
Kong,
Walking
a
away.
a large vulture construct, similar to the one that you saw way up in that high-rise battle, turn towards you. Its long metallic fingers sort of shifting and scritching in the air as it notices you.
Oh no, even as he's invisible, it notices?
Or no, you're right. You're invisible.
Yeah, I'm
It
invisible.
doesn't notice you. Let me check the senses real quick of these creatures.
They have true sight 613.
Yeah. Not even like blind sight, just true sight.
Nani.
We see you, monkey.
Sun Kong, you do notice towards the southern end another one of these circular steel panels, or the steel like rectangular things that seem to be able to call brains. You, I'm
Alright.
assuming, stealthily are just trying to shift through the room.
Yeah, do I need a roll stealth since I'm invisible?
No. You are moving through. I would just through the use of the spell, assuming that you would be invisible. As you pass by that modron creature, its eyes lock onto your form, and it whips one of its appendages your way.
Fuck. Do I have to do anything?
And smashes into some crates nearby that fall over.
It was just the wind.
They topple on top of it a little bit.
So, how do I get? Is this like a stairs?
There's like a couple stairs
Yeah.
here and turns into what looks like a metal walkway down to the end that's a little elevated. So you just get on the stairs and walk down to the end.
I will use my action to move again to sprint.
Okay. you grab one of the metal rails and kind of just kick your feet up in the air and jump over and then run down to the end.
Okay, and I guess that's my turn because I use my action. So
Okay, you kind of kneel a little bit over, beginning to try to study the just huge amount of glowing glyph-like text that shifts by on this in common on the screen. With that, we go to Fa, who is also invisible.
1, 2.
These invisible biddies.
You see what looks to be a modron-like construct. It's difficult to tell. It is using its appendages to shift one of the metal crates nearby off of its form that seem to have fallen over on top of it.
Oh. Are you telling me that I can't make an opportunity attack?
No.
I knew that it can't. It used its reaction. 2, 3.
Seems distracted.
5,
Fucking shit,
6.
Lord.
And then I'll use my.
You take a bad boy card for meta knowledge.
Uncanny action to move. Final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sangha, did you find it?
You're on mute, Sangha.
Mute.
I didn't get a chance to really look, but
Okay, I believe in you. Good luck.
okay, thank you. God.
That's it. That's all I got. Sorry.
Alright. I am gonna try to play that other music again now, because it kind of cut out for me. Let's see. Oh no. No, it just doesn't want to play.
I hear it.
I hear
It's
it.
playing.
You guys
It
hear it?
starts
Let me
slow,
try and
yeah.
refresh. Hang on just a second. Uno momento.
Yeah.
Domo onegato uno momento.
Wow.
Fare lamento.
Fire the middle!
Okay. Rinkaz, you ready yourself to take down this lone construct in front of you. The open metal doors below you kind of showing you into the next room as you can kind of hear the footsteps of Sun Kong and Fa entering. The metal doors don't close though, and a circular aura begins to shift to the south of you. It opens up. You hear the sound of pattering rain and darkness coming through this, what looks like open gateway, and a shadowy form begins to exit through it. And you see the still predator appear.
Oh no, this is fine. This is great.
Oh, Bailey, you're on mute.
It launches itself towards you.
God damn it. God damn it.
I was hoping to save the card for it. I was going to charge it with the card and hope to get a little extra distraction time on it.
Well, let's see how this turns out. Jagged jaws agape, it launches itself towards you. For 23 versus AC.
That hits.
That's a miss.
Let's see here. It bites hard into your left arm for
Oh my god.
14 piercing damage.
This could be worse.
It then throws one of its claws and tries to rend into your body. For 21 versus AC.
Oh,
I know rending all too well. That's ain't good.
Does that hit?
does.
Okay. It catches you at your side where you previously got a little bit of the spear from the construct for 14 slashing damage. It then, in a cold steel, effortless manner, thrusts its other claw towards you. For 29 versus 8.
Oh my god! Oh no!
That is. That's what a Ren does, folks.
It tears into you, the same arm. You feel blood spatter against the floor and begin to just drip from your arm as you reel back in pain as you take 18 slashing damage. Its metallic tail whips around rhythmically. It's
Start
done.
laughing. My name's Ren to cast. Oh god!
I hate you.
Aesop, you watch as the metal surrounding this circular casing begins to shift down like you saw before. A glass panel surrounding the jar that holds the brain. You, quickly grabbing a claw, are able to pull the glass. There's like a partition where you can pull the glass and slide it open and quickly grab the magic jar that contains the brain within.
I throw in the strand that presumably, hopefully, has the cure on it, also in my bag.
Okay, you quickly store those two.
And I reenact that scene from A New Hope where Han Solo runs around the corner and sees all the stormtroopers and then promptly turns around and runs the other way. No, I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then I will dash. This is... Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay here for the time being.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, let's see. I'm out of his reach, right?
It
20,
doesn't
25,
look like he could get you from here.
35. I'm gonna stand here.
Alright.
Yeah.
With that, Rinkaz, you are up. You notice that Rinkaz has been cut into by the steel predator in front of you.
Rinkaz, do they have the package?
I have no clue.
Okay, let's fight our way out then.
Question. Greater drops of healing. Are those the ones that you can use as a bonus action?
Bonus action, I believe they're 2d4 plus 2. Yes, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. And this is the exit, yes?
You can see the stairs that ascend, and it is dark up top, as you would surmise that the metal floor that serves as the kind of secret entrance is closed currently. But yes, that is where you would ascend back up and enter the empty metal cargo crate.
What are you doing, Rinkaz?
Well, the door's blocked.
Wait, that's not the exit. This is the exit.
Yeah. The door's blocked over here, though, for them to get out.
That would be correct.
For the time being.
For the time being.
Can I use a disengage action to run to here?
Sure.
Actually, I'll run to there. That way, if things charge me, there might be a chance of them, I don't know, parkouring over the sofas to get up.
Did you take a disengage action or just straight running over there?
Disengage to run over here.
Okay. You see the claw ring up and try to come down, but it actually catches on the construct spear that tries to stab, and the two sort of connect and stop from catching you as you quickly duck and shift by them.
I'm going to use the greater drops as a bonus action.
Rinkaz quickly pulls a vial out of his pack and just quickly gulps it down with his blood-covered arm.
2d4 plus 2.
For 9.
Nice. Nice, good roll.
And I'm going to use my free action of taking a second wind.
You steel yourself, kind of gripping at your bloodied arm and just squeezing it to give yourself some rejuvenation. You've been through many battles before, and you're not going to let this stop you now.
Alright, awesome. So that's 17 plus 9.
Fucking guys. Sprays against the walls.
Sprayed.
Anything else, Rinkaz?
I yell to the Steel Predator, why can't you catch me at a good time? I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Alright. Glacé, you're up.
Oh no. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Oh, look at this big nasty. I don't go 30 spaces. I maybe I can see him from here, right?
The Steel Predator turns to lock its eyeless face with yours.
Ooh. No, it's metal, right?
It looks to be made of complete steel/metal.
It's metal, it doesn't have eyes, it's not made of flesh. I can't do any blood curses on this guy.
I would like to, let me see if I have any higher level. Yeah, but it's, let's see. Okay. I'm going to cast it at 3rd level. And that's going to be...
Is this heat metal again?
Yes.
Okay.
3d8.
Does it need to make any type of save or anything, or is it just heat up?
Well, let me see. One action.
I think it's that one where like it has to drop the metal if it's holding it, otherwise it takes the damage. But this thing is made of metal, so.
Yeah, well, like how we did the other robot that was made of metal. I cast it. It took it, and then because it couldn't drop it, it got all the disadvantage and
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah. So it seems as though the same could happen to this one here.
Yeah, but this is not a saving throw.
It
For
just
them.
happens. Gotcha.
Yeah. So 3d8.
You watch as the face of it begins to heat up, Aesop. It begins to turn a reddish and then bright, almost yellow, and you hear the sizzle as Glacé throws a finger at it, heating the metal of its front form.
Cool.
13 damage?
Yes, 13 damage, and I can use a bonus action on each. Okay. I can't do that bonus action now, though, right?
Why not?
Can I? I would like to do that if I can.
Well, what does the text say?
Until the spell ends, you can use your bonus action on each of your subsequent turns.
Subsequent turn, so next turn.
Okay. Bonus action, everyone. I'm going to... Rinka still looks pretty nasty.
You do notice that he is slightly bloodied on the arm and at the side.
Oh, I can't use 2 spells on one turn, though, right?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Unless it specifically says that you could do it as something else other than an action.
Right.
You could do a cantrip and another spell.
Yeah, but let's do. You know what? Let's do vicious mockery on him. He's got to make a DC 17 Whiz saving throw.
Oh, what's the type of damage that he would take?
Oh,
Psychic.
psychic. Yeah.
What do you say to the Steel Predator to inflict your vicious mockery?
I say that it's big and ugly. We know it's tricks, and we're gonna kill it this time. You're dead.
Ooh, let's not write checks we can't cash.
You watch as it just slowly shifts its bright, hot red face towards you and sees seemingly unfazed from your vicious mockery attack.
Yeah, I should have used my bonus action to put 5 AC on myself. I'm done.
NVD, you're up.
Do you say that in character?
Oh, I fucked up.
Does this steel predator look like one of the ones from the bar that we fought in Sensation?
Only one of them was real, so...
A perception or nature check or history. I'll take a couple different checks. Just tell me what you're going to
Perception.
use and give me a roll.
13 perception.
You can see signs of searing areas on its body that seem to have been burned at one point, as well as general chip damage across its form and dents where it looks like bullets attempted to pierce it. This looks like the predator that has been after you this entire time.
Alright then. I'm going to spend a spell slot and drop a Guardian of Faith in the hallway. Right about there.
Dun, 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 dun.
What does that do?
It's awesome.
Guardian of Faith. A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. Guardian occupies a space and is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of your deity. We'll just say it looks like Jir.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Any creature hostile to you that moves into the space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dex saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. The guardian vanishes when it has dealt a total of 60 damage. Added to chat.
Nice. Okay. Good job, NVD. You set that up. As you finish, the construct shifts over, looking your way, Aesop, and attempts to strike you with its spear.
With disadvantage.
Sick.
Does that one have disadvantage?
Yeah.
The construct?
Yeah.
This guy?
Oh no, sorry.
Okay.
Well, fucking joke's on you. I splashed blood on his brain casing, and I amplify it. Oh,
Use a reroll.
I hit the wrong macro, but he has disadvantage on his next two attacks.
He
And I take 2 damage.
attempts to strike you for 16 versus AC.
Oh, well, the 16 misses, but
Alright.
he has disadvantage on his next roll, too.
Gotcha. Remind me if I forget. It strikes your way, and you quickly rebound with a claw after throwing a spat of blood underneath as the cloth covering its visage shifts up enough for you to throw it underneath and catch it.
Yeah, that doesn't come out in the wash, either.
Sun Kong, you're up, buddy.
No, Sun Kong, run.
No.
So what kind of...
Crit the
What's up?
computer. Crit the
Yeah,
computer.
right?
Oh, that's right. You need the brain. Oh no.
Hey,
What do I have to roll for this? I'm sorry.
You can make either an investigation or arcana check.
If
Sun
you
Kong,
think they
there
could
are-
use you more at the back at the hallway, that'd be okay. I can get myself out of here.
Oh god, we're dying! In
Oh.
the hallway, specifically!
Well, it sounds like you're needed.
I mean, if you got this, I'll go help them.
Huh?
I'm not great with computer and things, science, magic, and stuff.
Well, the way I figure it, I have to get Kemo out of here. If I don't get him out of here, well, I'm not getting out of here.
Oh.
I trusted Fa, but not in the rest of us that are out here, dying without Sun Kong.
Okay. I'm just, when I become visible, because I can't, it's got 2 things on my back. Here goes nothing, guys.
It's probably fine.
That's 70. I will double move.
As you move past, having put the crate back up where it previously was, the modron next to you whips an appendage your way, catching its eyes with your form as you move by, but swings wildly. You now see the back of the steel predator, its tail whipping around rhythmically in a robotic-like pattern.
Since I'm still invisible, I'll move up here to it, but then I'm ending my turn.
Okay. Fa, you're up.
Come on, Fa.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Got this.
What type of check are you making?
That was in investigation, you said?
Okay.
Or Arcana.
Investigation or Arcana.
Yeah, investigation 18. 18.
Hell yeah!
Having watched at least a decent amount of Aesop, you are able to pull the screen up that shows the glyph-like patterns of all of the brains. You know that Aesop pulled one of them. You see that sort of a rectangular or square-like block is empty. You know from having been told by Lizzie that there is one other one that seems to be much less activity going on in the emotion center of the brains than the others. Otherwise, all the other ones seem to be at a stable level.
I guess I just learned my first thing about Kemo. That one.
You tap it and begin to see a bar that slowly begins to fill up. You feel like it will take about 6 seconds to pull the brain up.
Oh, good.
Can I hold the rest of my movement to grab it and dash?
Yeah, you can. Well, that took your action, so unfortunately you can't hold an action.
Okay.
Kind of spent the 6 seconds really quickly clicking and tapping across the glass in front of you. It is the Steel Predator's turn.
Nah, you can skip him, it's fine.
It looks up into the air, outstretching its metal jaw, and a cacophonous roar belts out from its mouth.
Yeah,
It is ear-piercing, and I need literally everyone besides Fa to please make a Constitution saving throw.
And VD would like to use good boy card.
A giant card lands on the field.
Do we have to call a good boy card before we roll our dice?
Yes, if it
I
has something to do with that, then yes.
Just use it. Just use the
I'm gonna
good boy
use
card.
it.
Unless, well, some of them also say after making
I was gonna
a saving
say,
throw,
unless it
so
specifically
you can hold on to
states.
those.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was just
after making a
after.
So
saving
you can
throw.
hold on to that.
If the card says after making
Yes.
a saving
Okay, then I'm gonna do it.
So you can see what you get before deciding to use it.
I'm gonna use it. I don't know if it's gonna help.
I'm gonna use mine.
Oh fuck! What if? Okay,
Well, I'm using mine,
Take one
so
of those.
God, you know, I mean, I have to try to use it.
Try it.
I just spilled water everywhere. Oh no. Okay. You know what? Maybe it's best if I just get stunned.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Plus?
Shit. Plus my con save is +1, so 4.
Okay. You rolled a 6 total. GG.
Wait, no. I rolled my con save is. Oh God, sorry guys.
Okay. Thank you, Looney, for rating us. It's nice.
It's a 4 total.
Glosse, you grab at your ears as this blood-curdling roar just completely seizes up your body.
What if I get an 8, you guys? What if I get an 8?
Hang on just a second here. I need to see something really quickly. Okay.
I want to try.
What are you going to try?
Roll my
Before you do that, the blast of cacophonous, this thunderous blast, smashes into you for
Oh God, there's
22
water.
thunder damage, and you are stunned for what
Okay,
feels
well,
like a minute.
I'm not gonna roll a save. So my D8 doesn't matter. I can't roll my D8.
You're not gonna succeed on it.
Okay.
With a 4, there's no way, even with the 12 total, you would succeed on versus this thing.
You may as well save it.
Well, I can guarantee you I'm not gonna be able to use it. So I'm gonna clean up this water and you guys have fun.
You may be able to use it. But first, NVIDIA, what was your roll?
I used the card to save.
It just automatically saves?
Yeah, the card said is succeed on saving throw.
Oh, shit. You shift out of the way, grabbing a piece of downed metal nearby to reverberate the thunderous blast from the roar and bounce it off. You feel the piece of metal shift in your hands and throw it off as it ends. You're able to deflect the roar from catching and debilitating you. Let's see, Aesop, what was your total?
It was 3.
You are thrown back by a blast against the wall as you take 24 thunder damage and are stunned for a minute.
That was 2 more than I thought I was gonna take. Yeah, I'm stunned.
Sun Kong, what was your total?
19.
Sun Kong, you
Thanks, my good
feel
boy.
the blast, but throw your arms up in sort of like an X-like to block. You're almost pushed back on your feet from the cacophonous roar, but you're able to save yourself from taking the not only this thunderous damage, but being stunned. Rinkaz, what was your total?
22.
You similarly are able to bear the blast, grabbing at the sides of your head to cover your ears as best as possible. You almost feel a bit of fluid trickling from one of them, but you're able to fend off the damage from just the blast and being stunned. So let's do this. Let's put a little icon on Glace. Put a little icon there on my boy Aesop. And with that, we roll up to the top. Aesop, you're stunned. Save ends.
Goo. Intern.
you scratch at the steel floor with your claws, but are unable to pull yourself out of your stun. Rinkaz, you're up.
I've just had the dookiest rolls all night, like sub 5.
I'm gonna take 2 shots at this guy real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, I was checking something.
It's alright, you pull up your
Holy
weapon
shit.
and fire. It totally hits.
Sure. 7.
I had to roll a concentration check also, sorry.
21. 9.
Oh,
18
yeah.
total from both shots.
Pull that up. Thank you for reminding me, Sunkong. 18 total. And give me that concentration check, Glace.
I rolled an 18, so...
That
Ooh,
succeeds.
very nice. Good job. Okay, 18 total. 2 shots ring out and blast into the construct in front of you, Aesop, from Rinkaz. Anything else?
That's it. I end my turn. I'll be AFK 1 minute.
Okay.
Good
Glace,
job.
you feel yourself unable to move. Roll to pull yourself out of this stunned status.
Okay. Okay, I'm going... I don't... So that's
What's the total so far?
7.
Oh,
It's up to you. I can't tell you the number.
It's a steep
Good
ass.
boy card?
Yeah, that's my good boy card. Is I get to roll an extra D8, but I don't know. I mean,
Save it
use
for like a roll
Yeah.
above 10.
You could like fish for something higher.
can I do a bonus action?
Let me
Stop.
check.
I don't think so.
5e stunned.
Stunned, incapacitated,
Yeah,
can't
okay.
move, can speak only.
Can't take actions or reactions.
Alright.
To use your bardic inspiration.
If I mean, that's a bonus action, so.
To spend it on a save? I don't think so.
No, to inspire someone.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay, well, I can't do anything. What do you know? Here we
High
go.
five, stun buddies.
Yeah, also, don't fucking forget, Jason, that this stupid steel predator has disadvantage on everything. Oh, ability checks and attacks.
Okay. Glossa, you are unable to move, but still keep a hand out free to continue your spell of heating the metal, the face of the steel predator. And Vidi, you're up. Some of your
Right.
friends are caught, racked by the thunderous blast from the roar, unable to move.
Alright, totem's still up. I want to blast at the small vulture robot.
All right.
Eldritch Blast. 19 versus AC.
Hits.
8 force, no push.
Okay. A blast from your palm smashes into it.
Second, same target. 28 versus AC.
Totally hits.
9 force, no push.
All right.
Bonus action. I want to use my last D6 for healing light on Glace. For 1 extra HP.
Yay!
Participation award.
I wink at you. That's all I can do.
You can't do that. You're stunned. You can't look at him.
Don't take away winks I earned.
Be a pedantic asshole.
I earned that wink.
Anything else? Anything else, Vidi?
That's all I could do. I'm waiting for these things to trigger that totem I put down.
This construct next to you, Aesop, pulls its spear up and readies to bring it down on you. Does that trigger your guy?
Yeah, he still has disadvantage on his next hit, which means he just rolls normally against me because I'm stunned.
Okay.
Nah. Yeah, they gotta move within 10.
He doesn't seem to
So,
move only
they're
because a weakened Aesop is right in front of him. He tries to stab him
Yeah.
with the spear for 16 versus AC.
That's gonna be a miss.
Oh my god, thank god.
Well, I'm less worried about him and more worried about the steel predator.
Same.
You're,
Same.
even in your stun-like nature, able to just push yourself over to the side enough, almost rolling over, toppling over prone onto the ground as the spear catches the wall.
Still got some blood on his cloth face thing.
With that, Sun Kong, you are up.
Sun Kong, you're on mute.
Now you're on mute. You're up. What's up? What you doing?
So I was pulling up my. I want to go on trans.
Ooh.
You're breaking up, bud.
You're breaking up a little bit.
But we did get that you wanted to transform into your Bionoid form.
Yes, yes I do.
What's
You
it
guys
look
hear me
like?
any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's it look like as you do this? Sun Kong, we must stop this thing and help our friends. You hear Roshi in your mind.
I close my eyes briefly and then open them, and my third eye open. The jewel appears on my forehead, and I take a pose, and my skin starts growing out like from that point around my body, chitinous armor.
All right.
I
You
grow 2 blades off my forearms, I think, and I look like a giant golden beetle.
we'll keep your token over to the side. That way you have your stats there. But you are in the space of your golden bionoid form, ready to attack the steel predator in front of you. You are still technically invisible as well.
Yeah,
For
right.
what
No
it's
one actually
worth.
saw that happen.
Hey, first attack has advantage if you're invisible.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Then you become uninvisible.
Well, yeah, but it's worth it. So, I'll attack with my blades first. So I get 2 blade attacks. So let's see, with advantage, huzzah!
You only have advantage on one. Like as soon as you become uninvisible, you lose advantage.
Yeah. So on this first attack, I'm assuming I missed 15.
You watch, is this one of your arm blades?
Yes.
It connects with the steel form of the predator, but you're not able to pierce into it enough to do damage, as you now see your invisible nature shifts away, giving way to your golden form that you can now see.
Alright. So my next attack with my other forearm blade. Advantage.
Oh, okay.
You don't have advantage anymore because
used the
now
card.
you're uninvisible.
He's using
I
his
just
card.
used the card.
Okay, alright.
Ah, God! Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. Was it plus 7? So 18.
You come down with your other blade. The steel predator, not even looking at you, whips it away with its tail.
Alright. I will then try to attack with my quarterstaff. Oh, thank God. 26.
That's gonna hit.
Alright, I use a key point to try to stun it. Make a constitution save.
At disadvantage.
Everybody's stunning everybody.
You strike at what looks like a pivotal spot. As you pierce into it, the steel predator slowly shifts its heated face back towards you. It seems unaffected.
Oh, it's immune to it.
Okay, so
Everything.
that's fine. I'll spend another key point to activate Flurry of Blows. So I'll get 2 bonus hits instead of just 1. So, let's see. 23.
That will hit.
Okay. 13, I'm assuming misses.
Second will miss.
So 2 attacks hit. So let's see, 13 damage and 9 damage. So then my second attack with my quarterstaff. Fuck me.
Hey, I only get 1 bad boy card, but that does wildly miss.
Oh, okay. Well, let me try my other attack.
Okay. That hits.
27.
As you bring down the quarterstaff at the back end of this predator.
Another 12 damage.
Alright.
That will be my turn.
Good job, Sun Kong. Fa, the circular metal or steel casing of this device here begins to descend, and you now see clear glass surrounding what looks like a arcane jar holding a brain within. There is a panel that you can push your hand against to move the glass to the side, rendering it open for you to grab the jar that holds the brain within.
Give me that.
Alright, you quickly snatch it and shift it into your belongings.
Oh, jeez. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 6. Then I'm gonna bonus action to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm gonna use my action to cast Fog Cloud on him right there, which is 20 by 20, so 10, 20. So I become visible as soon as I'm cast inside the fog cloud. Or I become visible again once the fog cloud covers me.
You cast a hand, and fog begins to immerse the area around you. You watch as the eyes of this modron-like creature begin to shift around a bit erratically.
So fog cloud areas heavily obscured lasts the duration, which is concentration 1 minute. 1 hour, excuse me.
Anything else?
That is it.
Alright. Let's take a look here. It is the Steel Predator's turn. The Steel Predator lifts its head in the air and makes motions almost as if it is looking to each of you. A circular, shifting aura begins to open behind it, in front of you, Sun Kong, and it seems to shift its body through.
Oh god!
You look around and turn to see the Steel Predator right next to you, exiting the portal.
Girl!
Hypnos dimension door.
Girl! Don't forget you have Clatter.
Yep.
Clatter can still do stuff.
Yep.
Its turn is done. Brinkaz, stepping down the stairs as you hear a shuffling coming from up above, is another construct.
Oh.
As it shambles down the stairs, you hear the sound of what sounds like some type of gunfire. And
What?
you see it pierce through the faceplate of the construct as it topples over dead. You now see a bit of shimmering light and the sound of rain coming from up above as descending down the stairs are what look like 2 cyber golems, and following with them it looks to be Decker with a laser pistol in
Decker,
hand.
you son
I
of
knew
a
it.
bitch!
Decker,
My first reaction is that still you inside that body?
seems pretty crazy that I'd be here of all places, but I figured you guys needed a hand.
Help! Help!
Got anything for a Steel Predator?
Sure do, he says as he points his head over at the 2 cyber golems nearby.
Oh, shit, yeah.
The cyber golems seem to look around, assessing the area, and then begin to move.
Boy, I'm glad I called that guy.
Oh, man.
Is your guy here in VD for enemies?
Hostile creatures.
Okay.
I brought cyber golems. Explode.
He
We should
slices
run.
himself.
The 2 cyber golems stop here at the open doorways, seeing the Steel Predator near you, Glace. They extend their hands out in front of their chests. This area in their chest looks to be this like ball of what looks like electricity shifting around in some type of core. And you see the extended hands of the cyber golem form what looks like a 2 semicircles that they place together in a ring. And with a crackle of light and a loud snap, you see a beam of what looks like lightning shoot out from their core out towards the Steel Predator. One of them fires out, requiring the Steel Predator to make a dexterity saving throw. Hang on just a second here. I've got 1,000 windows open.
They were fusing for a second there. Holy crap.
Have you, John? No, that's Hexamal.
Surprise, I'm here.
We are golem tanks.
The steel predator, seeing this, is quickly shifts out of the way, but still takes half of the damage, which is a d6.
Did he roll with disadvantage? Wait, I don't know.
Oh no, you're right. He's got to roll.
Oh, okay.
Well, now is that for saving throws as well?
Ability checks and no.
Okay. He still takes half damage though. So that's what? Let's see. 17 cut down.
Wait, what?
Half of 35. Hang on. Glosse, you're stunned and you watch as this bolt catches, nearly misses, but the arc still catches the side of the creature. Let's see here. It's gonna bring it down to
17 damage is half of 30.
Thank you. I was just double checking because I'm shitty at math. A second arc of electricity leaves one of these cyber golems towards the steel predator, who has to again make the same roll. But, well, no. Okay, so it saves, but it still has to take half of this. 23. Similarly, the full blast does not connect with this creature, but you still see it catch the side of it. There is the sound of heated metal, and you hear construct like gearwork coming from inside the steel predator as it lurches a bit, Glosse.
Good.
They are done. Decker used his turn. You can't see Fa.
What? Did you see something? I can't.
Oh, Fa!
You hear
What? What was that? I mean...
Fa, you're in this cloud of fog, right?
Yeah.
Your vision, I'm assuming, is obscured as well.
Yeah.
This cloud of fog swirling around you has the makeup of like a dull gray that is so thick in volume it makes it difficult to see. However, you hear and now see a mix of what looks like a greenish mist beginning to merge with your fog cloud. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
Constitution. Alright, hold on. I have to reread the War Mage thing real quick, too.
Does add to your saving throw.
Yep. What?
The War Mage feature adds to his saving throw.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna ace the roll.
You guys remember when we succeeded on saving throws
6.
like ever?
Yeah. No, fail.
Fa, you can't help but breathe in some of this noxious gas. Your body seizes up and you find yourself paralyzed, unable to move.
This is bad.
With that, seeing a silhouette in the darkness, what you can only assume is the modron creature begins to whip an appendage towards you.
Disadvantage.
Oh, well then that's just...
Yeah.
You are paralyzed, so I'm assuming in a normal situation it would get advantage.
It cancels out then, right? So
It cancels out, so it's just straight up, yeah.
But that would be if its vision was affected by the fog.
Oh my god.
Knowledge checks are free.
Yeah,
Does a 15
no.
hit your AC?
That's fair. Can I take reactions if I'm paralyzed?
No.
Don't believe you can.
No. Yeah, it does.
It's not a natty crit if it hits while you're paralyzed, right?
Yes, it does. Natty crit.
Ooh, oh no. Oh no.
Well, Kyle, fall sure was fun.
I don't know how many more fucking stealth characters I got in me.
You feel a almost precision smash into your back as this paralysis takes over you from the modron next to you, as you incur 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you're kind of pushed up against the glass nearby of a glass panel to the side against the wall.
I actually still feel pretty okay.
Oh.
That's not bad.
The construct shifts towards you, Aesop, having wiped what was left of the blood away from its face. Attempts to strike at you with a spear.
Please don't.
And still, probably by the distraction of the cyber golems nearby, as well as Invidi's guardian, it
Jason,
misses.
he has advantage. I'm stunned.
Oh, that's right. Okay, good. What? 18 versus AC?
18 is a miss.
Oh,
Damn.
Aesop's a tanky baby.
Good
Nice.
job. Good job, Aesop. It is unable to strike you.
It's supposed to be that he's like really dodgy, but like he's stunned right now, so I don't know how that works.
The cyber golem somehow intercepts, and you're just barely misses.
Yeah, there we go.
Glacé.
Get that roll. Get that roll.
Wait. It's not your turn, Glacé.
Wait, keep the roll. Keep the roll, though.
What? No, I don't want to keep the roll.
Oh, well then.
You don't have to keep the roll, but
I roll a 2. I don't want to keep it.
what I meant to say was, Glacé, it's the Steel Predator's turn.
Oh.
Wait, didn't the steel?
Wait a minute. What? It teleported near me, and then that was its turn, and then I didn't get to go.
Yeah, me and Glacé haven't got to go yet.
I haven't got to go either.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I was completely
Fucking
off.
Cheater
That's
McDM
my
over
fault.
here.
Aesop, you're up. You're stunned.
Thirsty DM.
Yep. Oh my god!
Two twins.
Try to pull yourself from the floor. Unfortunately, are unable to do so. Rinkaz!
I feel like my eyeballs are going to explode in my head.
Oh no.
What are you doing, Rinkaz?
You're on mute, Ringcast.
No, I'm trying to think. I mean, I've been sitting here watching the whole time, and I'm still trying to think of what the hell I want to do. Oh,
Kill them.
Just shoot the little
That's
babu.
You guys got whatever you need down here? You hear Decker say to you.
well,
We're dying!
I don't know about that, but we're getting a proper ass whooping.
I'll do what I can, as well as these boys up here, he says, pointing at the cyber golems. But we need to get the hell out of here. I got a pair of spelljammers up on the top surface.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot this guy. I want to kill him, so it's a free path for everyone to get the hell out if they're able.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, just double checking.
19 hits.
12 damage.
You fire a shot directly into it.
$17,
17 hits.
11 damage.
Nice. Another resounding shot. Aesop, you watch as Rinkaz, pointing his weapon at the one in front of you, fires another, connecting.
Good.
How does it look?
Make a nature, or I'll take a perception, or a history.
Perception. 17.
It looks like it's taken a decent amount of damage, but is not on the last leg of itself. But it has definitely taken some damage. You can see the pock marks of your shots as well as the blast from NVD.
I tell everyone to hurry and get the hell out of here as loud as I possibly can, and I'm going to take 2 steps up to it to maybe draw some of its fire off of Aesop.
Gotcha. Okay. You do so. Glacé. Sorry for skipping you. It is now your turn.
Okay.
Get that roll. Get that roll.
I rolled.
What'd you roll?
Okay, that's a total of 6.
Holy shit, why do we have the worst luck with these saving throws?
Stun Club, let's go!
Wow, what do you know? I'm stunned and stay stunned.
Hey, this time you have a buddy right down the hall that you can look at who's stunned with you. You guys both barely outstretch hands towards one another.
I wink. Well, no, I wink, but you can't tell if it's like my eyelids.
Aesop never winks, and the time he does, we can't tell.
NVD, you are up.
Alright.
Knock that bee away.
Yeah. I could try. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Its body covered in pockmarks of bullets, scorches of fire, blasts from your eldritch strikes, and hanging loose wiring from Sun Kong strikes.
I'm going to attempt to push the Steel Predator away with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Golden Boy, my hero.
12 versus AC.
That one is going to miss. It goes a little wide as you try to make sure not to hit Glacé, who's in front of you.
Another one.
Another one. 15 versus AC.
This one connects, but doesn't pierce a vital area because of the thick steel of the Steel Predator.
Eldritch Blast number 3?
No, we're not there yet.
Another one.
You're just calling out an ether. Another one.
I can't get it to put more light in my hand.
Can't get it up.
I can't. Spent.
Alright, anything else in VD?
Get out of here.
Yeah, I guess I gotta shift. We'll just shift right there for now.
Spectral NVD shrugs at other NVD.
Look to each other. Fascinating.
I say we gotta move.
Make a intimidation check, Rinkaz.
Yep. There you go. Grr.
What was the total? Is that just straight 6?
I sneeze with a 6.
They try to strike at you, Aesop, the construct in front of you.
Suck dick.
23 versus AC.
God damn it.
You have advantage. You might get a crit. You should roll again.
Oh, what a fair man we have.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
This time, after many attempts, the spear connects,
Owie zowie.
catching you for 13 piercing damage.
Owie. Okay. It's not so bad.
Sun Kong, you're up.
Okay. After hearing what Rinkaz in the earpiece saying that we should go, I into the earpiece ask, Fa, are you alright? Are you still invisible or
You
Not really
hear
hearing an
muffled
answer.
noises.
Yep.
Aesop
I-
answers back.
Oh no! Oh
I look back behind me and I guess I see the
You see a
fog
thick
cloud.
fog cloud, yes.
no!
With a heavy sigh, the Bionoid makes his way to the fog cloud.
Things I do for love.
Richard
You
Attenborough.
shift into the cloud. You can hear the sound of the two adjacent to you. And using your Bionoid senses, you are able to make out their forms with your blind
Yeah,
sight.
I see you, bitch. Alright, I'm attacking this pretty baby right here.
Alright.
First, with my blades. Second blade attack. 19, nice. 26.
Oh.
Actually, that's a critical for me when I'm a blind.
Oh boy.
You nasty!
So you don't get a card because it's not a natty 20, but
Yeah.
you definitely get your critical as you slice into it with an arm blade.
So
It
that is-
didn't expect you to see it in the thick cloud, but you catch it surprise, striking a vital area like just underneath the appendages at its core.
So that's 10 damage. I remember these guys being not needing too much, so I'm not gonna use a key point to activate Flurry of Blows. So then I will now use my quarterstaff. $18.
18 hits.
Well, 16.
16 just hits.
Oh, nice. 25. The next attack.
Well, how much
Sounds
damage
like
have you
the
done overall?
Modron Slayer.
25 plus. What did I do with my blade?
The
what's the
thick
blade?
fog pervades your view fog, but you hear the sound of falling metal and debris around you as Sun Kong destroys the modron
Holy
next to you.
shit.
Okay.
Come on, go.
I will just. I'm not strong enough. I don't think to. I guess I can try to drag her.
Do
Can
it.
I try to drag her out of the fog?
I would say yes, but I would say that it would take your action to do so.
Oh, true, and I already actioned. Okay, so in that case, I will.
But you stopped the
We
threat
never-
that was adjacent to it.
Yeah, I will remember that there was the big construct in here. So to finish up my turn, I will move here.
You can now sort of see its form shifting out at the edges of your Bionoid vision.
Just to get between it and Fa. I'm like, get up if you can. I'll hold it off though. And I will spend, because I did not use a bonus action yet this turn actually. I will activate my what is it called?
Defensive stance. Yeah.
Yeah, defensive stance. So
Okay.
yeah, if anything attacks me, it gets a disadvantage.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Very nice.
Thank you, Sun Kong. Now, it is the Steel Predator's turn.
Disadvantage.
It does have disadvantage, which, with the advantage of you being stunned, cancels out to just neutral rolls. These
Don't
are
crit me.
These are public rolls, as again, Glacé, the
Oh my god.
feeling in your mind of terror as just
Yeah,
like
I remember.
the leader from the syndicate, it reaches down to just clutch your head in his jaws and tries to bite down.
Oh, Daddy, no.
Have mercy, Daddy.
Hang on just a second. Okay.
I mean, Glace had a pretty good run.
She survived for a very long time.
If Glace...
Oh my god! Oh my god! That Han Solo luck, fam!
I was about to say, if Glace dies here, Aesop will never recover.
Roll if it had advantage. I want to see what it would have got.
No!
Don't
You
don't
don't want
Do
I
not
just
tempt
want to
fate.
see.
No.
don't tempt fate.
The heated metal from its face from your spell makes it unable to fully grasp your head in its jaws, and it misses. I will also say, because that natty one, it has disadvantage on this next claw attack
Oh,
because it's not done attacking yet.
right.
Let's see another one.
I mean, that's still gonna hit me no matter what.
16 versus AC.
Actually, I do have clatter. And that he adds another 2 to my AC, right? I believe.
Let's take a look. Companions. Clatter.
Yeah.
Once per round when you're attacked, after the roll but before the results are revealed, Clatter can grant you a +2 bonus to AC against that attack, possibly causing it to miss.
Okay.
Let's see. After the roll but before the results are revealed.
That's
So that would, to me, technically mean I've rolled, but I haven't dealt you the damage yet. So if you want to add that +2,
yes, I do.
we'll just say that you can do that. Okay.
Okay, because otherwise I don't understand that wording, but he misses with that.
Oh. Good, good.
And then you still have his armor bound ability too, if you'd like. It attempts to bring its other claw down toward you. For 32 versus AC.
Let
That'll
me
hit.
look, Jason. Let me see if 32 hits me. Hold on. Wait a second, okay? Let me look.
Standing
Jason,
by.
don't forget you get a good boy card for this.
I don't get a good boy card. I only get bad boy cards. Hey, Clatter has armor bound.
Yep. I want to use it.
When you take damage, Clatter can cause you to take half of that damage instead. Clatter takes an injury for every full 10 hit points of damage the attack would have dealt to you. So he critted on his claw stripe, so that is that much. Hang on just a second, I have to enter this in here. Plus that, okay. The final claw strike Glace comes down and strikes into you, Clatter throwing himself over top of you to stop it. You would take 27, however that would be cut in half, so we'll say you take 13, Clatter takes 13, taking an injury.
Okay.
Nice.
You're still alive.
With that, the Steel Predator is done. It is the Cyber Golem's turn. One of them turns and shifts up here. And let me check real quick here. And attempts to smash its fist into the construct nearby. Close to you, Aesop. That's... There we go. No, it should have been a d20. There we go. That's going to hit. The other one is going to shift nearby and actually do the same thing, so I can just see if I can roll this damage together. That's totally going to hit. Okay, so this is going to be... You see two lightning-charged fish smash into the construct in front of you.
Oh yeah.
A large piece of metal flies off from it, and it looks pretty badly damaged, but still standing. They are done. Running up closer to you is Decker, who looks, seeing the still standing construct next to you, Rinkaz, and Aesop. He decides to fire a shot. Let's just roll this, fuck it. This is faster. And unfortunately misses.
All those cigarettes.
No, wait. He shifts down on a leg and gets advantage on the shot.
Oh.
And this one connects. Dealing 9 damage to the construct. It nearly topples over, but remains standing on a broken leg. He is done. This thing, Sun Kong, you hear the shifting of metal.
I must have had a turn before then.
Hang on just a second. Yes, Fa, go ahead and make your roll. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah!
Oh, thank goodness.
Hey, you finally get your good boy card.
Yay!
And you rend yourself free from your status.
That was terrible. Let's do it again.
Okay, so we'd gone through the other turns there. That was at the end of the turn. So you saved, you're free from it. This construct steps up and bumps into you, Sun Kong, and attempts to strike you with disadvantage. Because it seems to have a hard time trying to hit you. It's got to roll with disadvantage, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
It smashes into the nearby crates as they collapse on top of it. You see it smashed into the side by these steel crates next to you, Sun Kong. Probably took some damage from that. Next up is the dead Modron. Just kidding, he's dead. Aesop, you're up.
Come on, Aesop!
Yeah. That's a 12.
That unfortunately is not enough, Aesop.
Done.
Rinkaz, you're up.
Oh,
Fuck.
2 shots.
You fired the first shot.
Oh.
Crit fail, my friend. But I
My
already have a
God.
bad boy card. The shot goes wide.
I'm going to bite it.
Okay.
I mean, why not?
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Make sure I have my math.
Oh my fucking god! These rolls.
Free
It's like
action
a-
to use my hungry jaws to get my extra.
Does it have to connect?
Thank God.
There we go.
Jesus.
That was my second, or my free action for my extra attack. I shot once, bit once, and then I used my special.
Fucking 20s and 2s is like the only
So-
thing anyone's rolling.
That 23, is that your weapon
Attack.
or your jaw?
My jaw.
Okay. Rinkaz, you, as the construct shifts your way a bit, you hear the whirring, clinking sound of clockwork coming from its construct form. It lurches over, leaning towards you, hobbling on one leg. You, through the glass and the cloth covering it, launch your jaws forward. You hear the crunching sound of glass and you feel what feels like you biting into some type of organic material. You guys watch as you pull your face back, Rinkaz, clenching in your mouth the brain that was powering the construct. It falls over lifeless.
I look to Aesop with the brain hanging in my mouth and say, I got you a new sample.
Anything
They
else?
puke the brain out in
It
front of me.
splatters across the floor, and Grizdom crushes it with a foot.
Oh.
Anything else, Rinkaz?
That's it. Scaly boys for life.
All right, Glacé.
Come on, Glacé, you got this shit.
Okay, everybody, I need you all to blow on my dice for me. Okay. Alright. Yes! That is altogether a 15.
Oh, use your TA just in case.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you should be
just in
perfect
case.
time. Yes.
Here, take this.
Okay.
It roars again on its turn.
21.
Do I save, Jason? Hey, Jason, do I save? Does a 21 save, Jason?
Minus 13 for sass leaves you with.
Are you sassing me right now? You giving me some sass? You
Yeah?
save.
Okay, good.
Good turn. Good
What,
turn.
can I do anything that I now?
That was at
or-
the end of your turn. But you feel the feeling coming back as you're able to pull yourself off of the ground. And Vidi, you're
Put
up.
down that feeling.
Alright. I'm gonna shift forward. 1 space. Grab Glacé by the wrist.
Oh,
We're leaving.
Healing touch.
oh yes.
Sorry, cure wounds is what it's called. Cure wounds.
You feel a magical aura appear around
43
you.
heal.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh shoot! That
Did,
fills me up.
dim warlock spell slots go.
Oh,
Warlock
I'm not
spell slots.
I'm completely not glowy anymore.
Ooh. Thank you. Oh, I forgot I could talk.
We can still talk while stunned. Good.
It makes me panic. I don't like it.
Anything else in Vidi? What else you got?
Just gonna shift back, kind of in line with the group. That's it.
Thank you.
All right. That thing's dead. Sun Kong, you're up.
Okay,
You can tell with your blind sight that this construct in front of you seemed to have a hard time finding you.
Fuck out of there.
am I allowed to hold my movement for after Fa moves? Because I don't want to just leave her here. I'd rather be between her and the thing.
I'm pretty sure I'm faster than it. AKA my turns before it.
Okay, alright, I will use a key point to disengage.
You get the sense that you don't have to do that.
Okay, I
You're in
hold on to that key point.
Yeah.
Alright. Can I say I also, would Fa have been prone? I can help you up before I go.
She is able. She's dusting herself
Okay.
off now. She's fine.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Yep, okay.
10, 15.
You just hold on to the back of. You just place a hand on the back of the bionoid form. This weird insect-like feeling chitinous armor of what sounds like Sun Kong, and kind of get the general sense of the direction that he goes. Fa. Anything else, Sun Kong? As you run up here and see what's going on.
I will. I will run here and wait, and actually,
Yeah, you can move there.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try to attack this steel predator.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Alright. Like always, we will try the arm blades first. Huzzah! Come on.
You strike at the steel predator. It catches the thick steel metal of its form, but is unable to penetrate it.
Second forearm blade. Misses. Quarterstaff. Quarterstaff attack number 2. Oh, fucking finally.
That is able to connect to a vital spot as you stab the quarterstaff in the right area.
And yeah, unfortunately, the 1920 I think is only on my arm blade, so it's not a crit, but at least it's a hit. I will. I think I hold on. Let me see how many key points I have left. I'm actually running low. So 10. I can. Yeah, I'll try to. Oh no, I can't stun it. That's right. Never mind. I'm gonna just save that, and just do my next attack. So.
Well, you're 28 would
19.
hit, right? So you could do damage.
I know. I'm gonna do my 2 damage. Well, does 19 hit?
A 19 just misses.
Okay, so just the 1 damage then. 8. Fuck.
You see the heated face of the creature begin to shift back and forth.
Alright, and for a bonus action, I will activate patient defense. Take the dodge action.
Okay. You do that thing. Fa.
Runs this way.
Brain in hand.
Did I roll a concentration check when I got crit?
No, but that's
Okay, I want to do.
I forgot to remind you.
I can do it now.
That's okay. We'll let that be made up for all the turns that we've been forgetting to heat the metal of the creature.
I haven't been forgetting. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, you need an action or something to do it?
I need a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
I failed my concentration, by the way.
Okay. The face of the steel predator begins to dissipate and come back to a grayish color. Fa, what are you up to?
I moved to this far.
Okay,
Just gonna stand where
Lizzie
Lizzie
moves
is.
out of the way for you. Okay.
Yeah. And I want to cast a silent image on this square to look like I'm still standing there. That when the smoke disappears, the dummy looks at that and thinks we're still there.
Gotcha, okay.
As
Are
I
you
continue
making the
Smart.
fog
this
dissipate?
way. Yeah.
The fog dissipates and the construct shifts, seeing the image that you formed below.
To make an investigation check to know that it's not real.
It will do so on its turn. Anything else?
Oh, that's it. I use my bonus action to dash to the end of the hallway. Let's get out of here. I got all the stuff. Whee.
It is the Steel Predator's turn. The Steel Predator is gonna make a 1d2 roll.
I was gonna say, can I like taunt it or something to make it want to attack me?
Make an intimidation check.
That is, I have a. Okay, so it's a 4. God damn. I tried.
I'm very intimidating.
It launches its fangs at you, Sun Kong.
Yes, bitch. Disadvantage. Oh, sweet. That worked.
Disadvantage from what?
I had my dodge action
Oh, gotcha.
activated.
It's unable to connect.
Yeah. I don't think it matters, yeah.
Cool.
It shifts towards you, Glosse, and attempts to strike you with one of its claws.
Bitch.
For 26 versus AC, that'll hit.
Yeah.
I'll patronize you. Let's see.
Thank you. Oh wow. It's really blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Strikes into you for 16 slashing damage.
What else does it do, Jason?
It brings down its other claw for 16 versus AC.
I use Clatter, and it does not hit.
Alright, fair enough. Clatter reaches out a hand and catches it. It is done, which brings up these metal boys. They begin to shift.
Oh, metal boys, please help us.
Right here. This one attempts to do its thing.
Do it. Do it.
It misses. This one actually can't get in there. Let's see, Decker shifts 5, 10, 15, 20 right here. He takes a knee, a laser pistol in hand, and points it right at the face of the steel predator.
Yes, Decker. Oh no. You're nasty! In a bad way.
The shot connects but doesn't seem to do any damage. Holy shit, he says. We need to get out of here.
Yeah. Yes.
Wait.
The
I
metal
forgot
construct downstairs or in the other room begins to shift towards the illusion. It needs to make a investigation check. It fails, I'm assuming. What was the DC?
15.
Yeah, totally fails. It begins swinging wildly with a pair of metal claws at the distraction. Aesop.
Come on. Wait, let's blow on it. Oh, we don't need to.
Yes.
A natural 20.
You feel yourself pulling out of the debilitating state that you were in for so long.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Seriously.
Rinkaz, you're up.
I looked at Aesop and said, "It's about time. What about that brain?"
Go.
Don't come this way. Everyone's free. Let's go.
I'm gonna shoot the predator because I know I can get away from. Magical damage.
Famous
Okay.
last words.
Right.
And that's when Rinkaz died.
Rink.
You're crazy, you hear Decker say as you
You're
line up
crazy.
and fire.
You're a real fucking idiot, kid.
19
19 hit.
just misses.
Ooh.
Oh,
Need a point of grit. Gain advantage.
Ooh.
That's gonna hit
One,
the
two,
second
two.
shot.
6 magical damage. Then I take the rest of my movement to go back and say, "All right, let's get the fuck out of here. What are you guys doing? Wasting time."
Rinkaz, what does it look like when you kill the steel predator?
oh my god.
I subtract my last movement and run over and start jumping on its head, saying any and every word I can in Draconic that's an X. And I start laughing at it. Overjoyed. Exceptionally overjoyed. Enthusiastic. End story.
Rinkaz, everybody, let's celebrate later and get the fuck out of here for now. You hear Decker say.
No. Fuck this thing.
Get the ball downstairs! downstairs! There's a bomb downstairs!
There's a what? You hear Decker
Let's
say.
all grab him. Let's go.
Move
You
your way.
all begin shifting out from the basement area. We won't shift maps, we'll just do Theater of the Mind here. You ascend the stairs, hearing the pangs of water hit the surface above, finding yourselves in the empty steel storage crate, this steel crate that would hold stuff but is like a disguise for this area down here. Decker points you over to two small Spelljammer ships, the ones that you guys were actually on top of during that high-rise battle. There's quite a few people here, Decker says, but we'll all be able to fit on one of these things. Everybody, just hop on one. We'll get the hell out of here. You watch as the cyber golems climb on top and actually go down underneath and seat themselves in empty Spelljammer shells below. Everyone climbing aboard one, the Spelljammer ships begin to take off. As they leave, water pattering against you guys, you now see shifting shapes of what look to be a vast number of Newmans beginning to approach the area that you guys just came from.
Newmans? Like only Newmans?
It looks like a huge number of Newmans.
Well,
It's difficult to tell in the dark, but 40, 50, maybe even more, shifting
Whoa.
down in the darkness in between these steel cargo crates underneath. Some of them catching an eye of your ships and looking up as you ascend. It's at that point that a shockwave hits and your ships are pushed through the air as a loud blast explodes nearby. All of
Seems
you
like
are
a perfect good waste of hardware.
nearly thrown from the ships, but you're able to hold on. You watch down below as this huge mass of this circular white light, arcs of electricity shifting in and out of its form, slowly builds up from the point that you guys came from underneath the lab. It engulfs the steel crate that you were in, and you watch as it begins to shift, covering more and more of the area, catching some of the Newman forms that move through the darkness and the blast. It's loud. All of you clutching something, most of you on the top of these Spelljammers grabbing something nearby. The shifting winds now pushing through. You all hold on, watching as the body of X-22 clearly being rendered dead and the nuke going off. You, Rinkaz, feel the steel hatch open as the two Spelljammers moving close by one another as they continue ascending in the air. Decker pointing his head out, looking on, watching as the huge bright blue blast beginning to dissipate. A just mass of refuse of broken steel and what looks like a sizable crater now in this empty area having been formed. Decker just looks to you and says, "What the hell have you guys been up to?"
All in a day's work.
This was all for a cure.
And that
and chemo.
is where we will... And to save a character.
You
That-
look over and Faw's mouth is just hanging open.
That's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, man,
As-
that went fast.
Wow.
The winds buffet you guys. You guys survived a room full where you guys survived the heights way above Neogokyo, nearly falling to your deaths. You guys survived a room full of intellect devourers. Well, most of you did. And then you all went down, were able to make it out alive with an encounter with a Hexton Modron, and all of you working in tandem were able to take down a Steel Predator. Next session, you will all be level 11.
Oh,
See, I don't know. I feels like we should probably gain 2 levels for
Right? Steel Predator alone was 1 level.
Foss like, I did computer.
I did computer.
That's hilarious.
So yes, next session you guys will be leveled up.
Yes.
Guys,
Man.
Lizzie helped out.
Yeah, she did.
Back to the airlock.
Well, let's make sure these brains belong to who we thought they belonged
Oh, yeah.
first.
6 brains there. We got 2.
Oh,
She,
yeah,
she
so-
looks smart.
I mean, 2 1/4. I still got some between my teeth if you want.
Thank you everybody for watching. You guys are building up loyalty points, those of you as you watch, that you can spend on cool stuff. You can see all those details there on our Twitch page, GAWD_mode. We also have a YouTube where you can see either the VODs on Twitch or just watch the previous episodes on our YouTube page. You can search Wyrd and Wyld, or also just God Mode, and find them there. Thank you everybody who joined us tonight. Thank you, as usual, Looney Loomworks, and for rating us. That was very nice of you. Thank you, Angel of Light. Thank you, Psycho Motion, Inquiry. Thank you, Lumber Gundam, Lurks, Poop Turtles. It's very nice of you to join us. Yeah. Hey, follow and you guys get a whole bunch of loyalty points to use on cool stuff like these little characters in the Godly Tavern, or stuff for the characters themselves like weird bit packages or inspiration for them. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We have a Twitter that you can check out too to find out details. It's all on our page below. Just scroll down, literally scroll down. Or go to our Twitch if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back next week. All of the characters will be level 11. We'll do sort of at the beginning kind of go over what cool stuff you guys got if you guys want to share anything. So until then, goodbye everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.